Nope. Nope.
Just nope.
Hello, everybody. We're the Casual Ones, and this is Snowcatch Valley, the Fall of '99. We are now in the concluding arc of the whole series. It's been a pretty wild ride, and especially the last few moments have been pretty intense. And we're picking up directly at the end of one of those, which is last time the guys. Two of them on different times delved under the mountain with whispers and promises and intrigue leading them along. Ransom told by a strange computer program made by a disturbed artist named Arnold Murphy, which they discovered to have an estranged father who went missing after many talks about these shining eyes and wells and this sort of imagery. They discovered that his computer program led Ransom to the same mountain where he found Jimmy and Angel, who had been there for days with unknown things happening to him in that time. They encountered a creature, a thing that was flickering and whirling, and its skin shifting around its body from a central spot in its chest, and light beaming from its eyes. And as they attacked it, it shattered, and light erupted from everywhere as this thing, whatever it was, tried to whisper and howl to them. Angel taking the bone pipe, which was revealed to be one of its long broken off wingtips, stabbing it into the chest, unraveling the creature, where together Ransom and Jimmy reached into its head with weapons and shattered something inside. And in the battle, they were also incredibly injured. Brody especially, gashed up across the chest, revealing bone. And while he's been gauzed up and bandaged for the most part, he is still in a hell of a mess as they piled into the cars, wrapped in safety blankets, and took off towards, I'm assuming, the hospital. And that's where we pick up now. So Ransom, I believe you have Brody, and Jimmy has Angel?
That's correct, yeah.
Right.
Brody's just like wrapped in the safety blanket so he doesn't bleed on my bucket seats. You know.
Perfect. And you are going. How does this look? Are you going full speed? Or are you trying?
No, I mean I'm going like above the speed limit, but
Okay.
you know, not so much that it's going to draw attention. But like looking over at the gash in Brody's chest, just like Jesus Christ, man! I don't. You know what? You look good. You look fine. Here, let me turn the heat on for you so he doesn't go into shock. And hey, how about some music?
Sure. I know the radio is playing some great hits right now.
Yeah. You know what? You can put on whatever you want, man. Here, and I just hand him the little like remote that I've got because you know custom stereo in it. Yeah, just this way he doesn't have to lean and open the wound.
As you lean over to him, showing him the remote, you, looking at the bandages on his chest, notice that it is increasingly red and dripping. And even as you hand it over, making quick eye contact, you see a stream of blood come up over the bandages and coming down. And moving regular speed across town, maybe a 20-minute drive to the hospital. Brody, you take one harm.
Hey, Brody, you know what you should do, man, is just lean the seat back and put your feet up on the dash. Just
I heard taking naps after a big wound really helps.
Well, it's more that we kind of want you to not be leaning over your own wound, right? Just just lay back, just relax, man. Okay, I'll get you there. And I just like hit on the accelerator a little bit harder.
You start to take increasing speed. And as you're doing that, can you roll a keep cool or sense danger for me? And Jimmy, you can do the same as you and Angel driving. I don't know if Angel ever got low enough to like the red line on the character sheet.
No, I'm at 4 currently.
Okay.
So I'm on the cusp.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Brody, can I get Ransom first. Do your
So I got a 9.
Okay, yeah, not bad. Making your way towards the hospital, trying to pick out routes, as it's seemingly a good time to speed up. You're hitting the gas and moving it towards. You get there in pretty good time. Jimmy, are you following in tow? Or what are you up to?
No.
Okay.
No, I kind of turn to Angel and be like, hey man, we probably shouldn't go back to the hospital, right? Like, if all of us are there, that's worse, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess. I'm gonna need more than like a first aid kit, though.
Okay, so you need the hospital?
I don't know. I do a double check on my wounds. How deep were the wounds on my
Lacerations?
back?
Yeah, you I guess like you're in the car, right? So you're just like
Yeah.
peeling back your shirt. Jimmy, you can see that these are, it's a skin. It's not life threatening. It's not bleeding out so crazy, but there is blood everywhere. The red, the back is smudged. The shirt is, pretty sloppy with it. You don't know. If you want to, either of you can make a first aid roll to guess at how dangerous this would be to leave.
I'll just fine. We can go to the hospital, man. I rolled the keep cool roll for driving anyway. I got a 10, so
You
I have
can-
getaway driver. So fucking
You
just
can just drop me off there.
yeah. I'll probably do that, man. Thanks.
Just don't even slow down as you hit the...
Just let the door push.
Fucking roll.
Okay, with Ransom's 9, as you guys get there pretty quickly, there is enough of a just commotion and swerving and stopping where Brody, you take one additional harm as you guys get there. Jimmy, with a 10, you catch up, no problem. You see Ransom pulling in, you guys show up, and you can drop off Angel.
I run in, go and grab a wheelchair immediately, and I'm just like, I need help. My friend's been hurt in an animal attack.
You see that they start rushing out towards you. It's not like the last times you were here, where it's the dead of night. You see, it's pretty lively, and a few attendants and everything. They rush out and bringing a stretcher even for seeing the amount of blood. And Brody and Angel, they move them towards you and usher you onto them. And well, are you ready? Maybe you lay. Oh, geez, and they point to you, Angel. Maybe lay stomach down. It's real bad back there.
Oh, okay.
And they bring you down. Brody ushering you. You see two men pick you up and slide you and drop you onto your stretcher, and they carry you inside, where quickly you are brought through into the emergency area, skipping past any waiting, and brought directly inside. Ransom, you see them ushered in, and one of the doctors looks over to you as they're pulled inside. What happened? Are you with them, or did you just pick them up? What's going on?
Yeah. The all of us, we were out for a hike, and just a fucking coyote just came out of nowhere. I don't know. I guess I must have been hungry. You can see we all tried to fight them off. Like, I mean, and I show them like I've got defensive wounds, and Jim's a little scratched up. Like, we just
Well, I think my entire arm is shredded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My health is okay. I'm just like, yeah, it's bandaged already. It's fine.
we're lucky to get out of there, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scary stuff.
We'll
Think
tell
it'll
you
be
what.
okay?
First, make a manipulate roll to see if they are willing to overlook evidence against what you're saying.
Can I help?
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, maybe not. All right.
I got a 10.
A 10, yeah. You can see that they, like, just from the look of it, they're scanning up and down. They don't care, really. They're seeing animal attack. They see marks. You can tell that they're not really going to look into this more. They're just looking to get you guys better. And from you two, we could just quickly change some bandages, clean it up if you like.
Sure,
Just a quick
yeah.
wrap.
Yeah, that'd be great. I don't know what kind of infection I could be looking at.
Yeah, that'd be
Rabies
that'd be
and stuff, I think, maybe too.
potentially,
I
yeah,
have
you're
shots,
really-
but good bandages help, I heard.
Yeah, okay. We'll quickly take care of you then. And as they usher you in, nurses attend to you, and eventually, looking at yours, Jimmy, it turns out that you need 2 stitches. And during your stay there, one part nearest to your elbow, you get just 2 little stitches. And Ransom, you're pretty okay. I don't think you took all that much damage. You really just do have some little nicks and cuts, and they just cleanse it and wrap you up, and then You guys are free to go. Brody and Angel, you guys go through some pretty intense, actual recovery. Brody getting quite a few stitches, a lot of work. Luckily, most of it was superficial, where even Brody's really bad, where it looked like they were terrible. It was just like a slice along the rib, where the thin was really skin, and while it looked terrible, nothing hurt really bad. And bad considering that you got here pretty quickly, and you're mostly fine. One of them talks to you, Angel, and as they're patching up your neck and working on you there, saying, were you jumped? Like it got you? It got all the way up to your neck. Did it pull you down? What happened? This is crazy.
There must have been more than one. I think it pushed me to the ground, and I was on my face and just tore me to bits.
Yeah, it's really bad. Jesus Christ. You see that a few of them are like looking at your shattered and shredded back, at just like, they're mostly just like almost in a gossiping mood looking at it, as it's been, for the most part taken care of. Then without any more suspicion brought to you guys, everyone just seems to be glad that you made it. You're not infected. Things are cleaned, and for the most part, everything is pretty okay. You're gonna have to take it easy, obviously, as you guys heal up, but you survived. And I think then, as you guys do heal up over the next few days, to let you guys also recuperate and heal up again, we'll pass a reasonable amount of time, and you can reset your health. And
Cool.
I would say we can start. Maybe let's start with Ransom. Over the next couple of weeks, we are going to quickly go through anything that Ransom would like to do before the holiday dinner that he is itching to get away from.
Yeah, so I make sure that I go and cover the shifts for Brandon that I said I would.
Right.
Assuming, of course, that he did actually pull those file boxes out.
And he did not. He did not. No. Even talking with him, he kind of pulls you aside for a second and says, like, sorry, I just thought you were messing with me again. And not only that, like, you just haven't been here. And it felt like you just wanted me to do stuff for you and then disappear. And I'm sorry.
Yeah. You know what, man? It's okay. It's been kind of a trying time, but you really held down the fort, and I think that it's within my purview to be able to upgrade you to senior assistant cashier.
Oh, I mean, does it come with a pay?
No, but the increase in responsibility and respect is, alone will be pretty fantastic.
Well, I can put it on the resume. That's not too bad.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But you go on home. Go take off.
Sure, I can help you with the boxes now. I don't mind.
It's fine, honestly. I think it's gonna be a pretty slow season. We're getting close to Christmas, and
Okay.
not a lot of rentals. You just go spend time with your family.
Okay.
Unpaid days, obviously, but
Great. Awesome. All right, whatever. Yeah, okay. He just starts gathering up his things, dressing up, getting the coat on, switching into his winter boots, and with a wave just says, well, have fun, I guess, bye. And door jingles behind him.
and just kind of like settle in, like back where I belong. Turn on the thing,
Nice.
and then just go downstairs, go grab the boxes, and bring them up.
Okay. As you bring up the boxes, is there anything that you're looking to do with them in particular?
Basically I'm just trying to find information or like anything regarding like the genealogy of like the Murphy family and the Gaines, and just to see if there's anything that we've missed that could indicate the origins or of this monster, or of like where these families came into like almost notoriety, I guess.
Okay. As you're looking through, and like that a lot of this is like you trying to connect dots through like customer records, right? And this being where Brody's dad keeps most of his older archived records, and going through it, Can you roll an investigation check for me?
Sure. I will ask. Can I roll connect the dots?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, will be a 10.
A 10. With the 10, just like gathering all the information that you found from like the archives and the maps and the propaganda art that you found at Oliver Twist's Terrifying Trinkets and the nights in the library and all these things. And as you're going through even just these simple records, you find information for Teresa Gaines. Sometimes you see information from checkouts from Jim Murphy, Arnold Murphy's dad. And you see, unimportant maybe to the investigation, but you see a history there that paints a little picture of Arnold's childhood. You see movies like Dark Crystal and Beetlejuice and things that have been rented over and over again that absolutely seem to be within the realms of stuff that Arnold Murphy would have watched growing up in younger years. But thinking back through all these things and these names and these lineages and these timelines, you become aware that you've had these, as a group, you've had these sinking suspicions for a while that this is something that exists here in Snowcatch Valley and it's in some way related to the people here. And with all this information swirling in your mind, you think back to the stories of the miners and the accident that happened there, the cave-in. And thinking back again, you remember the stones cleared way and you definitely saw evidence of maybe what was a cave-in at once. But you just think back to that and the thing that you caught down there and how it called into your mind whispering, and how even now there's a very slight tingle in your mind about it that never seems to go away. And when you think about it, it reappears again. And when you kind of forget, you forget it's there, as if you can go on living forever not knowing it's there. Miners and the descendants of the people. Maybe those miners encountered something. Maybe it got into their minds too.
Yeah. Just look back to the thing as the creature's like got the guy and is shaking him all around the room.
Mm-hmm.
Like, might turn it off. And it's like I gotta get a hold of the guys. And then that's kind of where Ransom is just gonna sit and dwell on what is down there, maybe still.
Okay. Yeah, over the coming days and weeks, as Brody and Angel and everyone who was harmed is healing up and trying to recuperate, either be their bodies or their minds, you come upon the day of a holiday party that is exactly Brindlewood in nature. You recognize two faces and then some of the assistants around the place. You recognize now in the waiter getup, as some of them are ushering around appetizers and hors d'oeuvres to this party that you have almost no feelings of connection towards. You spend several moments hanging out, dressed up overly fancy than Ransom would like, wearing an actual tie. Your mother adjusting it several times as she pulls you aside to tighten it, but seemingly also pulls you away from conversations that maybe she doesn't want you a part of. And you're not sure if it's a blessing or a curse. You see your dad milling about, but for the most part, he seems to be entranced in a few conversations with a few very quiet speaking gentlemen. And
yeah, I find one of the many ample opportunities to sort of slink back out of the room.
Okay.
I out of the dining hall kind of thing. I probably spend about half an hour chatting with the help and pouring shots for everybody.
Yeah.
Doing a little toast to the end of the year kind of thing. Like, all right, I'm out of here. Remember, if mom and dad ask where I am, I'm asleep in my room.
And a lot of them who often feel more like cousins, not quite family, but people that are more familiar to you, and you don't choose them as a friend necessarily, but they feel closer to you sometimes than even your own family does.
More human, at least.
More human, yeah. They understand you're wanting to leave, and they're very okay with it and help you as you make your way towards the spiraling staircase to the upper floor, making slight distractions, offerings to your parents so you can slip away unnoticed.
Yeah, up in my bedroom, out of the the double opening window, down off the roof, hop down into the hedges and into the car.
Like full on sneaking fully out of the house, not even the front door of it. And
loosen the ties, I get in the car, head over to Angels.
You head towards Angels, where we will go to Brody. You've healed up, things are feeling pretty good. But in the time when you are slowly, recuperating your strength, catching up to the day of your holiday party that you're also itching to get away from. What do you do? What are you up to?
Yeah, I'm just kind of I'm going to be getting ready for the party, but I'm just going to go to my dad because he's the one going to drive me to this party. Hey dad, yeah, I'm just going to go out with the guys, and I'm going to be home pretty late. I the guys, they always want to go wild, so probably won't be home for a while.
Okay.
But if I don't come home tonight, I'll just crash at somebody else's place.
All right. Just, maybe call or something from wherever you are.
Yeah.
And he just kind of looks at you, pats the shirt, which he's done several times in the passing days to make sure no blood peers through as he presses it against you. All right. Just making sure, I know they've kind of kept you off the ice a little bit, and it's been good seeing you, keep up with your healing rather than all the partying and the fun. So, take it easy, maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. That's I'm really going to try to relax a little bit and not go so wild. But yeah, the chicks love scars. That's what I've been told. So
I hope so, because you got a mess of them.
Yeah. You should see the coyote. They got me pretty good.
Yeah, it's probably gloating out there in the woods. All right, he packs you into the car and make sure you're comfortable and okay. Maybe taking a little too much care to make sure you're comfortable. Drives far too slow for your comfort as you make your way across town towards where one of the other players' house, the new assistant captain on the team, Shane Hess, has one of these nearing a mansion-sized home, and you see a bunch of cars out front, and you can tell that your team is well into the festivities already. Moving in, you get a lot of welcoming jeers and pats and playful pretend near punches and smacks towards your stomach, where they almost give you like a heroic welcome, like a veteran who's come back from war, and they playing it up way harder than they probably should. You break into the party and are offered basically all you can drink eggnog, which has been heavily spiced. And over the festivities and night, do you take part? Do you get the drinkies, or is there anything else you want to do when you're here?
I'm just gonna have one drink, and we're just gonna control myself. I'm just gonna make sure I say hi to everybody, or at least almost everybody, just so they can say that they saw me at the party. And then
at one point, you actually, as you're making the rounds, you see Josh, who's been absolutely standoffish for a long time now, and mostly ignoring you. He kind of sheepishly comes up to you and just hands you another eggnog, whether you drink it or not, and sides up to you and just, so it's pretty scary what happened there, eh? So I don't know, I know things were a little weird for us for a while now, and I just want to say sorry a little bit. I kind of went crazy back then, and I've been working on it, so yeah.
Water under the bridge, don't worry about it.
All right.
But,
I'm making sure that maybe you weren't following similar path there, because you've been going down a lot of rabbit holes lately, and this all started with you going to the woods back then. So you going to the woods and getting messed up by a coyote, and little dog, man. You're you. No way a coyote gets you.
Yeah, well, there's actually a bunch of them. You should see Angel. You got it the worst. Yeah, there's been a lot of coyote attacks, and they just kind of came up to behind us and didn't really hear them. But I was afraid. I was afraid of the forest for a while, so just trying to get back there and conquer the fears, get back on the horse. But yeah, I'd probably stay away from the forest for a while.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Maybe it's not a great match for you. I don't know. It's been rough, but anyway, I'll leave you to it. And you can tell he's still awkward, but there's a part of him that you sense is over his shit, that he's been, really sheltering himself, going over this whole absolute fear of death thing, and maybe seeing you survive something so horrific has put his own life into perspective a little bit. And he shuffles off into the party. You find for a moment you're finally alone. There is no press of bodies against you offering you drinks and congratulations, and you're able to, if you would like to, try and sneak out of there.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to sneak out like through the back if I can, and just out the side, and then just make my way over to Angels.
Okay, I would say make one quick stealth roll for me to see if anyone notices you.
6.
As you're making your way, you get back to the kitchen and towards the door that leads towards one of the many verandas of this house. And as you pass through, just across the party, it's still Josh, just for some reason, just still checking in on you. And I guess never fully let you leave his gaze, and just gives you a nod as you head out the door. And you are free back into the night air. Where you're headed?
I'm gonna go to Angels. Just slowly making my way downtown, walking fast.
You get out there and just feet on the icy pavement and make your way towards Angels, where I guess Angel, let's go to you. You have been mostly patched up and freed from the hospital and to your own devices, and you've got a family dinner coming up. But in the days and week that have passed, what is Angel getting up to anyway?
Well, first off, like I try get in touch with Madison, at least message her, letting her know that we found something in the
What do you
cave
say?
south of or like under the mountain in the mines, and the glowing-eyed monster is no longer alive. So.
As soon as you send this string of messages saying we went there, we found something, then glowing-eyed monster is no longer alive, you get a flurry of messages back saying what the fuck, question mark. I told you not to go under there, you actually killed it. Like a flurry of back and forth, doesn't know what to do with this information. I thought it would change. Is that why? And you see she sends messages, almost a stream of consciousness towards herself. Angel, I've been really sick the last few days. It's been bad.
Sick how?
I don't know. Maybe I'm getting better, but I've been weak and throwing up. She puts it in brackets B, a lot of it, and it's been really, really bad. But it doesn't feel dead to me. I can still feel it there, just a little bit.
Oh. Whatever we dealt with definitely wasn't alive when we left.
Maybe there's something else. I was hoping if it died, I would change or change back. I don't know. And I've changed, I guess, because I'm throwing up nonstop and it's terrible.
Well, I feel better. Hopefully it ends soon and it's not you dying.
Yeah, I'll message you in a couple days then. Let me know if anything changes on your side. I'll let you know if anything changes for me.
Okay.
And yeah, is there anything else that you would like to do before you head off to the family dinner?
Inspect my wounds just to make sure that they're actually healing properly.
Yeah, looking in the mirror, you find that they itch just a little around the edges, and it's really hard to get back there. And you're not sure if that's good or bad. Maybe you shouldn't be scratching at these as they're just finally really healing up. But they itch so much. And the one on your neck is also starting to close up pretty good, having it been stitched over as well. And for the most part, you feel on the mend a little bit. So
okay.
You don't feel too bad. Just hungry. It's time. So, is there anything else you do as you are looking to have a big festive meal?
No, I just spend the week just trying to recover, taking it easy, playing stuff on my computer.
Okay.
You
would have noticed that the discs were gone.
Like all of them?
All discs were taken, yeah. Ransom grabbed them, taking them out of the thing, and had them, and the ones with the name on it, and brought them to Arnold Murphy. And yes, you guys have been kind of on the down low since then, so you don't know where they are. You just know that.
Well, I tore my apartment apart looking for it.
Okay. Maybe make an investigation check.
Sure. I believe that's a 7. Yes.
7
or 8. Sorry.
You can't remember where you put them. You swear they were right here, right? You every day that passes, you hit the eject button on the floppy drive, and again nothing comes out, and you are confused as hell. And then a few times when you're just on the computer, making the rounds, chatting, you swear for a split second you see it, like it's there. It's here. It's right here. Browsing through the internet, you're flickering through pages, and every sometimes when it's failing to load for just a little bit, you see the screen goes black, and then you see a pixeled wash as if something is smashed into your monitor and it's cracking outward. It lasts like a split second. You see purple and green flash across, and then as the days go on, you think maybe your monitor is giving out, and you just see this every once in a while, just flicker black with purple and green, but the green is less green, it's slightly teal, and the purple's less purple, it's more violet and maroon. And as the days go on, it's a flicker of black and blue and red, and a flicker of black and blue and red. And now whenever you're looking at the computer, if you unfocus your eyes just a little bit, it's always like that. And whenever you look directly at it, it's normal.
And I was gone for a couple days, but what the fuck happened?
And I would say when you return to your apartment as well, you would have noticed that it was still open.
Yeah.
And there's no evidence anything else was taken. So.
Okay. Just as a precaution, since I also know Y2K is just around the corner, I do a software update on the whole PC.
Okay. Yeah, you go through making sure everything's fully up to date, operating system, any security patches.
Maybe that explains why the screen's flickering. I don't know.
You go get a fresh batch of AOL discs just in case something's different. And yeah, you feel like maybe things are a little better. The sense of it goes away a little bit. The flickering black and blue and red, it goes away just a touch, but whenever you unfocus, you can still see it there. There's just nothing in it. It's a swirl.
Okay.
And then the alarm goes off, and you know it's time. You got jingle bells in the mind and smell of dinner as you make your way towards your family's house, where it is a wild collection of Christmas sweaters and decorations and warmth. The opposite of everything that Angel's really been in for the last little while. And it is a warm, welcoming party where you see the friendly face of your your family and your even extended family to some degree. everyone is having a great time as a meal is set down in front of you, and the smell of it smells pretty damn good. It's nice being here. Is there anything you do, or
Just mingling with everybody. I'm sure I have to answer 5,000 times why, how I hurt my back and everything. So that's kind of getting frustrating to repeat the
is
same
there
story.
a story you tell?
Just like I was out hiking with some friends, and like we got jumped by a couple coyotes, and one got on my back and just tore me to bits.
And every time someone asks you, repeat it for verbatim. And every single time one of your uncles finds a way to talk about how he also was attacked one time, but not by a coyote. It was much worse. It was like a bigger wolf kind of thing. And he nods to you, Angel, he knows how I felt now. And he always finds some way to bring it back to him. And you can tell that the story's happened about 8 times now as new family members pour in. They ask, and he's there waiting in the wings, waiting for a reason to bring it up. And eventually, after a little while, you are happy that a meal is slapped down in front of you so that people will shut their mouths for a moment. As you begin to pick at it, you find that disappointingly, it is terribly cooked. The meat is crazy dry.
Just how mom makes it.
Yeah, overcooked to the point of like nutrients are gone. It feels disgusting. That even the vegetables somehow dry and flavorless, and just feel like dust in your mouth, and you are dissatisfied.
And like slathering in gravy isn't enough.
Doesn't do a damn thing. Either. The only thing is it makes the stuff a little less dry feeling in your mouth. Almost like pouring water on ash, and it's unfortunate.
I'm just kind of pushing the food around my plate. It's like this isn't it.
And as you're kind of trying to find a reason not to eat, you get little flashbacks of old aunts and uncles who long past would have made you sit there and eat it during these festive dinners. But knowing that you are older and they are older, and not beyond older, they are drunk out of their minds, you find everyone is partying pretty happily as they dwindle into their own groups. And for a moment, you find silence, and no one talking about the scars or wolves. A moment to sneak away if you wish.
I just go over to my mom, give her like a peck on the cheek, and say like, yeah, I'm pretty worn out, and probably head home.
Okay, yeah, that sounds perfectly fine. I hope you liked it. I've packed you up more, and she gives you a Tupperware full of extras, brimming to the end as she's trying to get the lid back on, and hands it to you.
That's awesome, Mom. Thanks. Yeah, tell Dad Merry Christmas, and I'll give you guys a call in like a day or so.
Okay, that sounds great. We'll some of them will be sticking in town for a little bit, and so if you want to pop by, you can. But I definitely understand if you don't. That's totally fine.
Okay.
All right. Watch out for
Mom.
wolves. And she gives you a wink.
I will. Thanks.
And Merry Christmas. And she goes back to being a host, and a flurry of drinks and cookies are handed around. Make your way towards the front of the house and beyond.
Yeah, take the 10 minutes to say goodbye to everybody.
Every single person.
As everyone knows as I'm leaving.
Yeah, and having to tell the story twice more for people who hadn't quite heard it before, and eventually find your way out of there. Then we go up to Jimmy, who, having left the hospital on that day, feeling mostly better up. One of the nurses asking you about the weird little markings that almost look like, if you leave chemical on the skin too long, it burns away these almost like squares of skin, and you see this around a lot of the cuts, and just happened.
Couldn't tell you.
You get out of there, and is there anything you do in the following days?
Yeah, I think at some point, probably when I'm either like home alone in my room, or maybe if I have like some spare time at the radio station, I'll reach into my pocket and I'll pull out that little piece that I pulled out of the brain of whatever it was we were fighting. And yeah, just kind of see if I can get any feelings from it.
Yeah, I think every time you hold on to it, you get a similar comfort, like because for one, it's warm. It's literally just warm. It's kind of nice, like a little pocket-sized thing you could just keep in your hands in the dead of winter. And for some reason, it's always there, right in the pocket, and it's comfortable. And when you hold it, it does thrum just a little bit. You know, not so much that when you put it on a surface, you can see it move.
Right.
You're holding it, you can feel there's something thrumming in there, and it feels comfortable. And beyond that, it feels a little bit like that feeling you had those nights at that one moment at the well where you heard the whisper, or the nights on the beach. It feels like a inspiration or a promise. And even in the days following that, you've kind of had it in your pocket, maybe milling about, picking up shifts still, driving around town, everything just felt better, smoother. No deliveries are late, tips a little more than it was every time. Even just simple things like going to the store and buying something to find out it's on sale after you bought it, and they just give you more money back than you expected, and things feel good for you.
I knew I made the right choice here. I think I would also try to because this has worked well for me in the past, and because we've done a lot since the last time I wrote a song. I'd probably start trying to write a song that was like loosely based off of my feelings around what had happened, never calling out specific events, but just the fear of like my friends being in danger, and like songs about friendship and like not really love. There was no love that happened during this, but yeah,
it was a pretty loveless moment.
Adventure and like finding yourself at this age and all that kind of the usual.
I would say while you're doing this, you can choose any role to add to it, and it will help the vibe of the song as you're writing it.
Oh no, I got signed out. Give me 1 sec.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, and just the whole time strumming and writing the moments that happened, flickering back to the moments in the cave, and the battle that took place.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna write my highest one since danger, but I'm gonna roll keep cool, because I think that fits a lot more with what I'm trying to do here.
Okay.
That's an 11.
An 11. Yeah, you feel like you've dabbled before, and you felt like you've made melodies or strings of words that felt good, but trying to connect it to the rest of a song, just sometimes it felt like you were playing that beautiful monster game where you make up little pieces of things and mix and match them together, but they never felt like a full song. And this time kind of does, even though the wild array of things that you did that are inspired in this song, they feel cohesive to you, and the words come together, and the music comes together, and you feel like you've got it.
Yeah, I would definitely then try to get that on the radio.
Okay. Yeah. Would you do this during day hours or sneak in, or how do you imagine you do that?
I would try to do it during like one of my no, that'd be pretentious, wouldn't it? Maybe not during my own time slot. I'd try to get it on like someone else's. That'd be kind of you can't do that to your own work. You gotta
Right.
I'd play it for like whoever has like the most well listened to, like maybe like the evening or like the morning or whatever. Kind of play it for some people around the station and see if anybody be willing to, like for the college station, see if anybody be willing to put it in any of their track sets.
Okay, yeah, I'd say roll manipulate as you're moving this around, just to see what kind of a time slot you get, if one at all.
That's a 4. So I'm like, yeah, it's just something I've been working on. I spent last summer trying to tour around and make it big, and obviously that didn't work. Which
Right.
happens, man. That's cool. So I wanted to come back here and spending some time with family and friends and learning lots here at the radio station. I wanted to just try to bring all those, collective experiences together and put some music to it. And I think I really came up with something that it's pretty good.
I mean, I don't not believe you, Jimmy. It's just she got like one of the attendants eyes the stack. It's like a wicker basket filled with cassettes, and like we get that a lot is the thing, and you see it's nearly over overflowing this thing. At the same time, can you roll sense danger for me?
Yes. That's a 11.
You also realize that the tone here has not matched your energy, and you haven't really been asking around about why it's been kind of quiet and somber here. And as they look over the cassettes and then look to the ground, you know it's been weeks. And Laura's never come back. And
Yeah.
I know you've been away for a little bit, after that injury with your friends and stuff, but yeah,
Right.
there's going to be a funeral, we think. We, haven't found her, but the parents are retired. And
Totally. Yeah, no, man, I totally get it. I'm sorry. This was a bad timing on my part. I got excited about things, but that's I should have been more aware of the situation and the circumstance. I'm really sorry, man. Don't worry about it. It's a silly song anyway. It's fuck.
you see that with that, she actually does kind of double take and just takes her hand out towards you and just like, all right, just give it to me. I'll see if I can slip it in maybe like tomorrow something during the song. I don't know. It may not be a good time. Maybe real late or early. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'll try and get in there. See if anyone's likes it. We'll have to definitely test it. Make sure it's radio safe. But
Totally. Yeah. Here's the thing. Is everybody from the station going? If there is,
I don't know. It's still early talks. Like the parents are still wishy-washy on it. It's been almost a month, and
yeah,
they're holding on, but we don't know. It's still in the talks. So
yeah. If there's anything I can there's any way I can help, let me know.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you find her, let us know. Yeah.
Totally.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool,
all right.
Sweet.
All right. See ya.
Hey, bye.
Yeah, and then this can be the day, or is there anything else that you would like to do as well as?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then, as the days go past, you find yourself heading towards Angels, as you guys talked about getting back together after things were quiet and laid low for a little while, and you guys arrive there, piling in together. It's still a slightly festive air to it as you get together, and all around you, everything is decorated and the snow is falling nicely, and gives you guys a sense of quiet, but also some closeness there as you live through some terrible shit and are all here to talk about it. What do you guys do?
Hey guys.
Hey.
How's everybody doing? We're like touch Brody on the chest, like playfully, but like lightly enough not to hurt him.
I'm doing all right. Like, look at this. And just like lift up my
Oh,
shirt.
gee. I'm just kidding, man. That does look pretty painful, though.
Yeah, it's pretty tender. Just like poking at it. But
Yeah.
you know what they say, no pain, no gain. That's a terrible saying. I wouldn't recommend any pain, but
Fair.
There. Should we go inside?
Yeah, we
Hold on
can
here.
go up. Let's go see. Let's go upstairs. Cool.
yo, do you think he has some of his mom's leftovers? So her cooking's a bomb.
I don't know, man. That's not
Remember
a-
last- Yeah, he gave us all the food last year. Remember? It was so good.
There's no accounting for literal taste. Hey, Angel, let us in.
Yeah, and you hear them as they're stomping up the stairs, yelling at you.
Go over and unlock that door.
Yeah.
Hey man.
What's up?
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, man. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta get Muppet's Christmas Carol for the movie. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Just try to get back on track with work.
Yeah.
Come on in. Come on in.
Yeah.
Yo, let's cut to the chase. You got the goods?
What?
Huh?
Your mom's cooking?
Yeah, I got like a Tupperware thing in the fridge.
Brody, your
Yo,
shoes aren't even
I-
off yet.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Didn't you just come from dinner?
No, I was at the hockey. Thing. They don't.
Oh.
All they were
Go-
doing
go
is
nuts.
eggnog and no, awesome. I was gonna go microwave it, just kind of watch it, just cook in there for a minute. Like this
Like
is gonna be
the
so.
whole
Over
Tupperware container, the whole
Yeah,
thing.
just in.
Yeah, it takes like 15 minutes.
I was
But
just-
It takes so long.
I take it out like every 3 minutes and go and dig in. Oh, it's so cold in the middle.
There's parts that are just like jerky on the outside.
but it smells great, even as it's like getting ready. Plenty of gravy on there. It smells pretty good. Yeah,
I
and,
go sit over by the booth, but I have a chair there so I can sit on it Riker style, so my back's not
Nice.
touching the chair.
yeah.
So you perfected the record maneuver. Nice. So how's everybody doing?
Still pretty banged up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Arm's
but
feeling pretty good now.
You got a little
also,
band-aid for your elbow?
yeah. I was reaching into stone, so my arm got pretty messed up, but it's fine. I got you guys all something. I'll kind
yeah?
of like reach into my jacket pocket, and I'll pull out 3 small little rectangular gifts about this
Okay.
big, wrapped up. I'll give one to each of you.
Did you
Uh,
make us some
Merry
like-
Christmas. You have to open it to find out.
Open it up.
Yeah,
Uh, Absolutely, they're 3 different mixtapes. They all have an assortment of music that I think you'll like, and then also my new original song on it.
But it's sandwiched right in the middle, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like you have to
Okay.
listen to it for sure. Yeah.
Oh,
100%.
okay.
Jam
Cool, man.
sandwich.
Thanks.
Hey,
Yeah, man.
You know what? I appreciate that this took you some time.
Yeah, that's it's been pretty quiet since we haven't been chasing around supernatural bullshit.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
and luckily a lot of the set lists were already made. Thanks again for that. So yeah, I was able to kind of use some of the equipment at the radio station and put some stuff together. Probably not legal, what I made. I actually don't know. I don't know if those laws are even in place yet. But either way, listen to your heart's content, boys. Enjoy.
Cool, man. Thanks.
Yeah, not laws yet. There will be one day.
Has
Calling it
anybody else been feeling like, I don't know, weird the last couple weeks? I mean, aside
That-
from,
That's not specific enough, man.
I know. You guys remember the whispers?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I still get like a little bit of a buzzing noise in the back of my head. You know when you like sleep with a fan on? It's kind of like, it's almost like tinnitus, you know? When
I
I'm
think even as Ransom's saying that, you all feel familiar feeling at that description, something that maybe you weren't aware of. And Angel, I think you felt that kind of for a little while. It's hard because you feel a lot of different auras and senses. But picking out what Ransom's saying, you do notice it there, a different tone underneath it that hasn't gone away. And for Brody, you feel it there. You're comfortable with it almost. It's that feeling that you always get when you're up at night listening at the police radio, and that feeling washes over you, and you put on the creepy unsolved mysteries, and this paranoia, now also is always accompanied by this feeling, this tone in your mind. As Ransom mentions it comes to the forefront.
I've been doing a lot of thinking. You know, we poured over frankly a shit ton of research, and we've got stories of those miners and the cave-ins, and if I'm not wrong, I think that cave where we were was one of the old mines, and there was kind of evidence of a cave-in through there. I don't know. I'm just I'm kind of spitballing here, but it feels like I don't know. Maybe there's still something in there we need to go take a look at.
I was gonna say, even at the radio station today, they were talking about that the other missing girl, and it honestly, like in the last couple weeks, I totally forgot about like all the people that probably aren't accounted for.
Yeah.
You know, I think we should go probably take a look and see if anything else is in there, or if we can find like, I don't even know. Like, if we find them, what do we do? Like, say, hey, we were exploring some caves on Christmas. Guess what? There's bodies. I don't know, man. That's
Yeah.
Anonymous call to the cops.
Yeah, you'd have to do one of those. Payphone, cover your mouth. Type of
Doesn't that make it hard to hear you?
I don't know.
Need the
We're
location.
doing
Just
no
I don't
more
know,
like
sound like a robot or something.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe we can use like a tape recorder. I don't know. They have those fancy voiceovers nowadays.
Oh,
the
from Home
modulated
Alone.
things.
Yeah, just like Home Alone.
Oh man,
Exactly.
you know what? I think I might have one of those in my closet. The old
I think Mr.
no, it was it was something boy. It was
Mr. Boy. That's it.
Mr. Boy. That's right.
God. What do you have in your closet, Ransom?
A lot of skeletons. You want to get added, Angel?
You're looking very dapper, bud.
Ah, thanks. Yeah, and I just like loosen the tie. I'm like, yeah.
Yo, tell your mom this fucking shit is the best. Invite me over next year.
Hawk Boy.
Thank you. I was like,
Just
I
came to
knew-
me.
I was like, was it
randomly.
Talk Boy or Word Boy? I was also thinking about the Yak Back, and I was like, that's not right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yak back.
You like the Christmas dinner, Brody?
Yo, it's so good.
Yeah, Brody is good. I don't know.
That's great.
It's good food. It's good microwave Christmas dinner. I mean, it's microwave, but it's edible.
Low bar.
I can't believe you left your parents to come chat with us when all this food was there, Cam.
Yeah, you didn't have like a dozen people asking you individually in the group, like how you hurt your back.
Yeah,
Enough's
that would be
enough, man.
amazing. All eyes
Yeah.
on me. Come on.
No, thanks. Having to retell the story over and over again is a
Jimmy
little
can
much.
only wish for that kind of attention.
See,
All right,
the,
man.
I'm sorry.
But you-
I'm sorry. You know what? You made me a nice gift. That was out of line.
see, the thing is that you should have said your story different times to different people. So then it got people talking about which story was the real one. Come on, Angel.
My bad. I thought the one lie to my entire family was enough.
No, you gotta keep going.
Anyway, man, do we want to go check that out tonight, or?
Like,
Screw it. Why not?
if we can, just let me like pop some Tylenol though. So like, painkillers for my back.
Yeah.
Yo, do you have some? I should probably take some.
Are you guys
Yeah.
gonna be okay? Now I'm kind of worried. Are you
Yeah,
okay to go do
yeah,
this?
yeah,
or-
yeah.
Are you guys old? You're acting like you're in your 30s or something.
Fuck
Yeah.
off.
You guys are going in first.
Should we just take a garden hoe to Ransom's back and see how he feels a week later?
It's only water.
I thought you said hose.
I didn't
hoe.
say hose.
Yeah,
said
garden
hoe.
hoe. Yeah, I did the same
Oh,
thing, man.
that's-
Don't worry.
That's
Like,
what-
why are you gonna make his back real wet? I don't get it. Sit there so uncomfortable.
Okay.
I hand
Yeah, look-
Brody 2 painkillers and a glass of water, and I got 2. Yeah, we can do this.
Alright.
Hold on. I think we need to know. Are we talking ibuprofen or like hydromorphone?
Talking like T3s.
Okay. You'll be fine. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Hold
by
on,
the
who's-
way,
Who's
before
taking the painkillers? Not the
Brody and
drivers,
I.
right? Just
No.
okay. Just making sure. That's dangerous.
just so I know, did you guys like know my place was unlocked while I was missing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
crashed.
I came in here looking for you, man. That's
Oh, right.
actually how I
Do you
Found
know
out you were
where
missing.
like the like the discs, floppy disks went for the like program? I
So,
can't find any of them.
Aaron, I know that I tried to keep them away from Arnold.
Hmm. Yeah, you would have kept them in your back pocket.
I
You
was gonna
handed
say-
back his regular box of stuff, but
Yeah.
he didn't want it.
Yeah,
After
I'm
you said
pretty
no.
sure I kept them like in my car. Yeah, so I'm like, sheepishly, I'm like, yeah, they're downstairs. Right there.
Okay. Why do
I
you
forgot
have
it.
them?
Well, because okay. So I came in here looking for you. Your computer was on. That weird game was on here, and it was flashing like purple and green, and it was just saying "help, help, help." It was the picture of you. Okay, it was a picture of an angel. But the point is, it was
Brody, let's
flashing,
go.
and it told me
Meet
to
you
come
guys
find
there.
you.
I
brought
take
them to
Brody into my
Arnold.
car.
The point is, they're downstairs. I'll bring them back to you.
It's okay. I'll go down with you because it looks like Jimmy's taking Brody.
Oh, sorry, Angel. Do you have a baseball bat in your apartment?
No. Why would I have a baseball bat? I don't have
I've
a
got
baseball
one
bat.
in the trunk.
I'm gonna go in Jimmy's
alongside-
car.
Yeah. Man, I really hope that if I ever get pulled over, they know I'm just playing baseball. Bullets.
Anyway,
And that baseball bat's pretty banged up right now.
Yeah.
Very scratched up and cracked in places.
Gotta get a nice aluminum.
I grabbed my
Old
lighter
Faithful.
and my flashlight. By the way, Aaron, I never asked. Do
Mhm.
I still have the pipe?
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, you just used it on it, and then you'd have it.
Yeah.
And any of the magic items you've had, you still have all of them.
Also broke off the tip of one of the other wing bits.
Yep.
So that's probably sitting in my car.
Just hanging.
Is it
out.
wrong?
Just hanging out. Just cursed object in my trunk, you know.
Cool souvenir.
Right, I
Like
guess.
you did the rest of
Yeah,
them,
as
yeah.
you guys pack up, I guess Jimmy and Brody, Ransom and Angel, you taking two cars, or are you going together? Just bringing your things.
2 cars, yeah. Just in case,
Okay.
you never know.
You're
Right,
heading
going-
outside.
I
Yeah,
grabbed
is there
my
anything else?
flashlight and stuff before I leave.
You stock up on everything this time.
Yeah, strap on my winter boots and, you know,
Dress warm.
Yeah.
it's warm. Grab the
Okay.
coat.
And
Oh.
meander on towards that side of town. Is there anything you do, or are you just trying to get there?
I think we're just trying to get there, but I will be
Yeah.
like, I'll probably say this in the car because it won't make a fucking difference. But like, we're gonna get really wet again, right? Like there's no avoiding the water.
No, there wasn't there?
I didn't
Yeah,
get
thinking
wet
back
when I was down there.
when Ransom and Brody, when you went there with the flashlight, you remember there being banks, but they were a little hard to walk on, and you found that the tracks that you followed slipped into the water. But but yeah,
No, it was impossible to avoid. I remember that very clearly.
yeah. In the darkness, who knows? But yeah,
Yeah.
Ransom, you remember there being some banks on the sides of the road.
I should have brought a flashlight. It's my bad. I get it.
Okay, so yeah, as you guys make your way towards that parking lot, you find that the parking lot's empty today, and there is a fresh coat of snow. Almost no proof that you'd ever even gone this way in the weeks before, except for that feeling in your mind is proof enough for you that whatever this was, it definitely wasn't a dream or a figment of your imagination or anything like that. You've got the scars to prove it. And is there anything you do, or you just make your way there?
Kind of like as soon as we get out, I just kind of like take a breath and like look around and just see if there's like that kind of resonance that we felt before. I know Jimmy felt it more, but just if we feel anything in the air.
Yeah, I think you feel it. It's still there.
It's kind of like look at all you guys. Feel that, right?
Do I feel it?
Yeah.
I'll like.
Anytime you focus on it and think about it, it's like Ransom said, it's kind of like tinnitus. Like sometimes you can almost let it fade away, and this is quieter and deeper, but it's always there. Whenever you try and tune into it, it's there.
Yeah.
You know, having a full stomach actually makes the sensation bearable.
Good to know. Yep.
Yeah, man.
I'm
And then
glad you could stomach that food. I could not.
What the fuck is wrong with you? That food was delicious.
I'm going into the glove compartment and getting the gun during all this. Like, never mind.
Yeah, you open the glove compartment. In there, you see a gun, floppy discs. You see
Oh.
a broken off bone claw, all stacked in there, making a slight bouncing motion as the thing clacks open.
my God,
Angel, that's in front of you, and you see your discs and all those things.
I still don't know why you decided to rob me.
I
I go grab my discs.
borrowed them in the name of rescuing you. Okay, it was
How
an
did
honorable
taking
intent.
them rescue me?
Are you alive?
How did
Then
taking them
stop
involve
asking
that?
questions.
I'm gonna go to the back of Ransom's car and grab the baseball bat. And just as I hear this conversation, you do know that Ransom did find the man who made them. So
Cool. I don't think Ransom should be near anything remotely magical, though.
I don't think it's magical.
Discs are magical.
Yeah? You think
What
I like
the
playing a
fuck?
5-second game every day? No.
Oh my God! Get him out of my car. They
Oh,
were
I thought it was
beside
just coincidence.
The monster
I thought he was
horn.
going
They could have
crazy.
been My car could have fucking blown up at any point. I don't know what
those
magic does.
explosions.
Ever played Final Fantasy?
And even as Angel
No.
says that, you remember him casting a literal fireball towards a demon that caught it and used it as fire hand punches on you.
Just like
Not all magic is explosions.
cool. You can take those out of my car tonight. Thanks, buddy.
You want me to take the other piece of the wing?
Yeah. I thought actually that was entirely for you. I thought maybe you could make a new pipe.
No, thank you. I take both of them and put them in the pouch of my hoodie.
And
Why do you have a
make your
gun?
way towards it.
This isn't the one your dad had.
No, I didn't want to get caught. So,
Oh, cool. I
hey,
guess.
Colorado allows for open carry. Okay, this is fine. This is for personal defense.
Okay.
They didn't allow that kind of stuff in Connecticut, so it's
All
kind
right,
of cool.
John Wayne.
Well, come on then, partner. Let's go.
I take
The
my
Ransom at his
flashlight.
worst, John Wayne.
As you guys trudge along the snowfields to the trees, and Ransom even leading you around the rock face while it takes extra time. He's found that it also takes you where a little bit you would be closer to move towards the cave side through the trees and through the thicket and through the willows, avoiding the dock house altogether, taking you up towards the mountain. And following his path, you guys make it towards that same cave entrance where the icicles now almost reach the river itself. There it is, waiting for you.
Yeah,
Hold
get
on.
ready.
Oh, all right. I tighten the tie up a little bit. Wait, no. Pull it back down.
With this wall of icicles in front of you, if you would like to, anyone can roll a combat check as you start to break this thing apart.
Yep, I will do so.
I will point out that I'm doing so without the gun.
You just shoot it.
13 for me.
I got a 9.
Okay. Yeah, you're all breaking off good chunks of icicles. Brody, how do you finish this wall? Like, how do you destroy this whole thing?
Yeah, pretty much like kind of eye it up with the baseball bat and go smash, and then just do like a little. That's a home run right there.
Brody,
And they explode inward.
it's meant for skulls. Okay? Just. It's a weapon. It is not an icicle machete.
I mean, what if we were fighting an icicle-shaped monster?
That is a fair point.
Yeah,
We will talk about that when that happens.
it's just practice. It's just practice.
All right. Let's go. Grab the
Yeah,
flashlight.
you guys should go first.
As
Yeah.
Ransom takes up the flashlight. You do remember the path you had taken before, and it is a long walk forward along the river, sloshing beside you the whole time. Several minutes of eerie silence as you make your way further and further from daylight into the darkness of the caves. And then you hear that picking up as the river splits in paths and rushes onward, and you find a place where you had found the decline before towards the cave-in. And you see it in front of you, and you see that it is pretty steep, but there's a slight path that may help you as you go down. Are you continuing on in this direction?
Yeah, I think we continue on in the helpful path.
I
Okay.
don't remember any of this.
Yeah,
Fair.
you were semi-conscious both in and out.
Yeah.
When I came in here, it was flying, and then darkness.
Can each of you, as you make your way down this slope, roll keep cool for me?
Can.
I'll try.
12.
It's a 5.
11.
4.
Yeah,
Guys,
that's about right.
of course, the guys with the flashlights are fine, right? Yeah.
Yeah. You guys moving in the front. You feel as Brody and Angel. First you hear it is their boots and everything slipping on the mud here, and skirting towards you. Can you roll keep cool the front two again to see if you catch them in time?
Oh shit!
9.
Snake eyes. I got a 4.
Okay, Ransom, who do you catch?
Okay, hold on.
Who's your favorite quick?
Snap decision. Who you
Brody.
catching? Brody. You
Yep.
catch Brody. Angel, you barrel into Jimmy, and you both. Jimmy, for you, this feels familiar. You fall directly towards the river, feet leaving the ground as both of you
Fuck,
for a
not
moment
again.
are airborne and then splash below the surface towards tumbling down to this river. And the rest of you, Ransom, Brody, making your way along the dry edge. You pop up out of the water as Jimmy, you see that boulder that you had clutched to the time before. As a moment of respite and climbing up over it towards the actual cave entrance and the gate there, sopping wet.
I told you, man. I told you we were going to need more clothes. This is the only way into this place. It's how I got in last time. It's how I'm getting in this time.
All right.
God.
Ugh.
You gonna be okay, man? It's cold.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Luckily, it's not windy in the cave, so it could be worse.
Actually, likely, like a little bit warmer in here, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's not as bad. You know, going outside, if you didn't have cars, your situation would be very bad right now. But
Yeah.
it's just crazy uncomfortable.
Oh, good. Just that.
Sorry, man. That's
Yeah, it's fine. Your magic can't dry us off, can it?
I can light a fire, but probably
Um,
shouldn't inside
That
the
might
cave.
come in handy later, but alright, yeah, that's fine.
You guys push forward through the path.
Yep.
Moving beyond the gate, you see some similar sights. You see a lot of familiar boulders.
That's a nice boulder.
Angel, you see a slick of ice that is still here, mostly undisturbed, where you remember rolling your ankle, falling face first around this area, and then darkness. And then you guys open up towards the cave entrance. It's this more cavernous area within where you see a lot of the remnants of the cage that Angel had constructed using a music box. Most of it now decrepit and aged as if it's been weathering for hundreds of years. And in a similar motion, you see the body, the remaining bony, stony skeleton of this thing, also in a similar condition where it looks incredibly weathered and almost as if it's smoothing away. And you just see the remainder of a very thin and porous skeleton.
Rest in peace, King. I was
You
joking.
know, it's actually kind of reassuring.
That
seeing
it's
this
still
thing.
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just kind of like give it a little nudge with the boot.
The bones just roll away.
We
When
should
I was-
push forward to that cave in.
Yeah. When I was talking to Madison like a week ago, he was saying that he still kind of felt like whatever the presence was. So that might be why we still feel the ringing, but it's much less than it was. So
I
most of it's dead.
gotta say, it's a little concerning that we're feeling something similar to Madison. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what
think
that
it-
means for all of us.
You think it had a family?
I don't know.
Brody, I'm gonna be
What?
honest. I don't care. I don't care if it had a family.
Well, hold on. We should care if we have to fight anything else.
Okay, yes, but I
That's
mean,
what I
like, I
heard.
don't feel bad if it had, like, you know, a little bouncing baby boy and like a wife. I don't think they're like having a happy little cave family in the abandoned coal mines.
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, let's take a look through the rest of the mine. See if we can find out maybe what the
Nope.
source is.
Don't mind if I do.
Ransom, I'll let you take care of the baby once we get there.
Can I GM, can I like focus on the ringing and see if it's kind of got like a direction it might be coming from?
Yeah, I'd say maybe roll occult for me to try and pick up more than just that tone in your mind.
13?
With a 13, you guys all see Angel like almost stop mid-step, and his arms fall slack, and his shoulders roll just a little. And then anyone looking at him sees his eyes kind of do that white fog over that you've seen it do similar times. And then you see a sparkle of black, and then they all go black, and then blue and red, and that shimmering light of iridescent blue and red is shimmering over the surface of his eyes. And Angel, you feel that feeling a little closer forward, and you feel that image of when you had seen it in the cage, where it had turned to wisps and tendrils of almost like some kind of smoke flickering back and forth between its real form and that seeming shadowy form back and forth. You feel that same feeling of this thing here, but multiplied and broad and vast and forward.
Okay. I stop trying to reach out.
Yeah, he snaps to, eyes back to normal.
Everything okay?
What'd you get?
Yeah. No, I'm okay. I was just trying to see if I could
All right.
Hey,
compass
order
it
brother
out,
next time, eh?
you know? But I think it's kind of coming that direction. I'm gonna point towards the next tunnel. Is that right?
You remember in this room that there was two. There was the one splitting off almost like a Y formation from where you're coming, and where Jimmy and Angel, you were running before. It feels that direction.
Yeah, there's definitely something coming from over there, so maybe it's the source.
All right, yeah.
Well,
I'll lead the way.
Yeah, you guys make your way towards that cave, and moving down that path, you feel these cave-ins. You feel that these were paths once with stone, and the stone in the area before you, you can feel it being shuffled out of here, and stones that used to fill these pathways have been moved in. It seems like years. As you're passing through, you see that there is evidence of like recent moving in some of the stones, but some of it seems to have been decades ago because they are so firmly planted where they are now. There's almost like even some mineral stalactites and stalagmites growing up around them a little bit. And as you make your way down this path, it begins to narrow, and you all start to feel that tone rise up in your head. It's almost audible now as you're making your way downward into the dark. And slowly you come to what feel like close to almost natural steps in the stone as you're working your way down at an incredibly steep angle, having to have hands on one another. And working down, you feel, even Ransom and Jimmy with flashlights, that the light doesn't seem to reach wherever you're going next. Pointing them down, there's no bottom as you go towards this path. And you continue to walk. And Ransom, in your mind, that image of the well, and Jimmy, you as well. Like, remember shining light and throwing flares and seeing this endless tunnel downward in the dark.
Yeah.
And you all feel that tone grow to like a literal buzz in your ear. And then those whispers come to each of you again.
I kind of like put my hand out, like block everyone. Guys, could Madison be right?
That it's
Maybe-
not fully dead.
Maybe that was the baby. You know what I mean? Maybe that was Inspiration Junior. And like, why would this be happening? It's like we're walking into, the lair of the final boss. And I don't know, I'm just saying maybe we don't have to do this.
Well, if we're not going to do it, who else is going to do it?
Now, what's the alternative, man?
You're right, but
Do you want to be driven crazy hearing the buzzing for the rest of your life?
sleep with a fan on. But no, we just barely walked away from the last thing. We all need to be on the same page here. If we go any further, I don't think there's any guarantee we all come back.
Well, we killed one, and now we know somewhat of a weakness, so it'll be easier. Go for the eyes, go in the brain. That's it. Bing bam boom.
Push the heart. Jimmy, Angel,
Yeah.
you guys are on board?
Yeah.
I don't think we got another choice, man.
I I offer the other like claw, like thorn thing that I was
Okay.
holding on to. Maybe this will help, and one of you guys can use it. I've still got the pipe.
Jimmy, you need something more than just a knife, buddy.
I did amazing with the knife last time. What are you talking about, man?
This is from the other one, so maybe it'll be a little bit more effective.
Okay, sure. I'll take it in my offhand.
You know what I do is I pull off the tie and offer it to Jimmy as like something to wrap around the base of the claw. Like, grip.
Yeah, man. No, I appreciate that. I'm gonna use this. It's gonna be really good with your tie. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I loved your mixtape. Okay, let's go.
That was really nice. Thank you.
It's what we listened to on the way here.
You guys press on.
Mm-hmm.
You walk for so long your legs get tired down, almost feeling straight down at times, until eventually you notice to your right that there is almost like an edge that's breaking out in the stone, and you can feel vastness and darkness around you. And you see beams of metal coming down as your flashlights shine around this more cavernous, empty space around you, almost like you're walking down a stone escalator that's been stopped forever and into a huge open expanse of darkness. Looking around, you see lots of beams of metal, and some of them you can see are half opened at certain points now. And as you work your way down, you find yourself walking around an edge of what seems to be an incredibly large circular room. And these are mine shafts. Some of them at least seem to be where things could have been maybe at some point brought up. And looking at them, you see that there is mechanisms where they could have been bringing things up in scoops and different conveyors. And as you're working your way down this area, you see remnants of ancient, weathered away beams of wood that would have helped construct some of this area around you. And bulkheads where should have been overhead have long rotted away. As you make your way further and further down towards a flat landing and an opening in the space. And mostly it is just darkness, but it is vast, and you all hear that humming get a little louder, and those whispers return to you just a little bit more.
Hello?
speaking out, your voice rings out into the space and echoes back to you, and the whispers just continue and almost picking up in like volume, and there's a press and a pull, and you, Jimmy, you feel it, that same feeling. Inspiration is just a little closer. You've done it this time. You can do it again, just a little closer. And Ransom, you in a suit, feeling for the first time like you belong in one, and you could be someone who presents this way, and you could be the person. You could be the guy, the man of the house, or whatever it is you want. You could have it, and you feel it just a little closer, just a little further. And Brody, the hero, having taken down the wolves and the coyotes of stories, as Angel feels this same feeling, you both feel like champions in a way. Brody, like everyone would look to you to be the hero. And Angel, like you are above them in some way, different and revered. But it's just a little further, just a little closer.
Does that feeling strike any of us as feeling outside or alien or wrong in any capacity, or does it just feel like
I would say
right?
To these feelings, you can each either choose keep cool or occult. But tell me what first as you're rolling.
I'm gonna roll keep cool.
Likewise.
I'll do
Yeah,
a cult.
yeah.
I got 5.
I also got 5.
9.
Okay.
I got 9.
Okay. Ransom and Jimmy begin walking forward, and almost in a line. Brody, you feel like it's a great promise and it's right there, but you are in control of your actions. And Angel, you feel your eyes like static start to flicker, and the vision around you goes red and blue and red and blue. And suddenly you feel it again. That feeling of up and around the world, and you see around you these sparkles of light and a planet rise above you, and beams of something moving around this planet and lines drawing it, and it's all drawn to you. But there's other things there shifting. And Brody, as you look around and you see Ransom and Jimmy stepping forward into the dark, do you follow them as you see also Angel step still and stop moving?
I'll put my hands on their shoulder and kind of tug them back a little.
They just continue to walk silently, stubbornly almost. They don't notice you. And they continue to walk on.
I'm gonna go in front of them and just do like little snaps. And if they don't wake up, I'm gonna do the classic across their faces.
Going.
Wake up! Wake up!
Okay, you go for a slap on them. Can you guys roll keep cool?
Yeah.
And Brody, roll help out. As Angel, before you see these lines spanning the entire planet, emanating from you or back and forth. You're not sure. It's like a stream that is you, and you are important, and you feel it, and it's right there. There's a gate that you can open, and it can be yours. And what did you guys roll?
9.
9.
Jesus.
Okay, yeah. Brody, your slaps work. Ransom and Jimmy snap out of it. You see that you have walked like almost 60 feet into the darkness, and Angel's just back there as you spin your lights, not moving, looking slightly up.
All right.
I also look up. Yeah.
Yeah, looking up, you see it is incredibly high and vast, the space around you. You can see the edges of stalactites distant and maybe hundreds of feet away that your flashlights just barely reach. And the space just feels massive, but there's nothing up there.
I was a giant evil entity. This is
Was
definitely where I'd reside.
Aaron, does it feel like we've walked a big distance for a cavern this size to be?
You feel like
around?
this is a really big cavern. Yeah, you've walked, some distance having followed them. But,
Okay.
with their walking, lights just kind of dangling on the ground, you guys now can spin around looking and see your surroundings. And, what do you guys do?
I'm gonna say pretty loudly out loud. I'm gonna say, "Can you hear me?"
You just hear instantly the whispers come back to you. And this time, it doesn't even seem like it's in your heads. Like, you feel it
Yeah.
echoing and reverberating around the room.
Feels like a yes.
Does feel like a yes.
An Angel is 60 feet back, still unmoving. As Angel, you just have this feeling. You have feet on the ground, but you could let go and open a gate. It's up to you. You
I
land or
don't
do you
want
fly?
this. So
You deny
I
it.
land.
You land and you're free of it. This feeling fades away. Eyes go back to normal, and you're in control of yourself. But you remember this feeling of this presence over the world, and while it could be you, it isn't now. And it is red and blue, and it is flickering, and it is spreading.
Okay. So, am I kind of at like the mouth of the cavern?
Yeah, like down the steps where you had come from, this feeling struck you, and you were stuck for a moment.
Can I still see everybody else, or
You
no?
can see their flashlights in the distance, yeah.
Yeah, I'll flick on my lighter so I can have some light myself,
Yeah.
and I'll make it so the flame's large.
Okay.
Like large, like lightsaber sized.
Okay, nice.
So I have a lot of light.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, it's enough to see by, and you're able to make your way towards him if you wish.
Yeah. Guys, wait up! And I run after them.
You okay, man?
Yeah. No, I'm okay. I'm good.
Looking around the cave, you all do feel those whispers, but yeah, what do you do?
We need to deal with the source here.
Yeah, do you know where it is? It seems like we're in it, or it's in
It's
us.
close.
I don't know. All right, let's keep going forward then.
As you
I'll
guys
keep an eye
press
behind
on-
us, though.
Okay. Mainly keeping out to the back of the line. Ransom, you had the other flashlight, right?
Correct.
Assuming, yeah, then you take the lead with Jimmy at the back, making sure that as you guys walk, that nothing is in here. Each of you feeling the tone grow louder in both your minds and the whispers louder in the room. You move forward to what you now feel like is the center of this space. After another minute of walking, you get very close, and the sound of everything rises again, and it is almost distracting now.
As we're walking and as I'm behind them all, I will reach one hand quietly into my pocket and just give that stone a touch. Just a little.
You feel that it is hot and that thrumming is fast.
Hmm.
And anyone with flashlights, you now see just at the edge of that visible range, a glint of metal on the ground. And as you're panning left and right, it seems to be the edge of a circle on the ground. Maybe a foot across, and then darkness beyond it. Like maybe a pit, a metal rim. And it is
Pit with a
very
metal
wide
rim.
across.
Like, how big is the pit?
As you guys are panning the flashlights back and forth, like, you can't even see where the edges of it go yet. But if you would like to, you guys can continue to get toward it as the tone, the whispers get louder.
I'll go
Yeah.
forward.
We're gonna get within about 6 feet of the hole, and then start like walking laterally, kind of thing.
I have my bat up, just so ready to swing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like the gun is in the other hand.
You move close, and as you get to it, you can see that the diameter of this thing is maybe 100 feet across, and it's got this foot metal rim that seems to encircle like a perfect circle, and inside it is hollowed out. But it tapers as you go in. It is almost like an archaeological dig is how it looks. There's depths and layers that go deeper and deeper. And the metal you can see is etched, but not expertly. There is just scratches along the entire rim of it, from where, at least from where you're standing.
Like
These
symbols?
etchings, do they spell anything, say anything, or represent anything we can understand?
To you, it feels like when it spoke. These are impressions of words that don't have real language, at least not to you.
Is there anything that I recognize from these like etchings, from like all the different stuff I've seen over the last year?
looking at them, they match up to some of the etchings in your pipe that just look like errant scratches that it would have earned over years. And that's how messy the sketches also look, like accidental, but it's all around this thing. And you guys do see these descending layers that disappear into darkness.
I think that.
How
Hold
low
on.
is
This metal? What is it made out of? Like what kind of metal?
Mm-hmm.
I would say you would assume it's some kind of iron or steel, something like gray. You know, it's not gleaming, but it is sturdy.
how low is the like next layer?
It does go at an incline until the layers do become a little bit more cubic. But yeah, like maybe 8 feet, 45 degrees or so, making its way down towards these more flattened plateaus.
Can I look around to see if there's any other like footprints in here? Like, I don't know how, like, is this like all stone that we're in, or is there like any dirt or dust or anything like that?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Sure.
And are you like moving around the ring, or just kind of staying?
Yeah,
where you are?
I'll do a bit of a walk around the wing. I'm trying to find footprints, like other human footprints.
Okay.
It's only a 6.
Yeah, you don't find any footprints, not belonging to either human or animal or anything. It is very stone, but there, dust and stuff settling seems to be undisturbed as well.
In all of my reading of the Snowcatch mine operations, does anything like this ring a bell as a a known excavation, or like a particularly rich vein of coal, or is there anything that's scratching the back of my mind as familiar?
Yeah, I'd say you can roll connect the dots. Because it is something you've looked at a lot. I'd say you can get a +2 to that.
Sure, that
This is
makes it
something
a 13.
13. Yeah, you feel like after all the research you've done that there was some families and some people that kind of struck rich from the the whole gold rush and everything. There was that Silverside ski lodge that was formed out of a silver vein that they had found and made a pretty good amount of fortune off of that. And there were a few other success stories, but there was never mention of a massive excavation. There was never mention of anything more than just some minerals here. And then pretty quickly after it started, no more than like a year of starting digging and descending and mining, that there was that collapse where everything was, as they said, just completely filled, and everyone inside at the time perished, with very few escaping before the crumbling rocks captured them. And that was it. That's the tragedy of the Snowcatch miners, right? There was a great destruction of some kind, and it locked them all inside, with a handful that escaped, but dozens more that didn't.
Is there any evidence of that collapse in this room, or
There is not.
Just nothing, eh?
I would say with how high you rolled, it's pretty clear that there was a collapse towards the main entrance, intentional, and a gate put up, and rocks brought down by likely people in an attempt to close this place off.
Yeah, and I kind of... Oh. Shit, guys. The collapse.
Mm-hmm.
That was on purpose. That was no accident. I think that they found something in here that scared them. And that they tried to seal it down here. And that they spun the collapse as an accident. Yeah, some people died. Too bad, so sad. Big mining company doesn't care. They found something down here that they couldn't deal with, and they collapsed the mine to try and trap it down here. And now we've gone and opened a hole.
Except we haven't, man.
The hole was there.
Yeah, we didn't open anything. Literally, we didn't open anything.
Whatever it was down here, it got out on its own.
Or it
That's
had
why-
help. Maybe
That's
that's
why
why he
it's-
keeps recruiting or bringing people, right?
So, yeah.
Also-
yes.
Sorry, out of game really fast.
Mhm.
Malcolm, did you tell us about Madison or no? Being really
I
sick?
I
Sorry, I
didn't
wasn't
mention the
100%
really
sure.
sick bit.
Got it. Cool. That's what I need to know. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, I guess. So, like, do we want to go down there then, or?
We're already in for a penny and a pound, right? So,
All right. Well,
all right,
Yeah.
guys.
let's go. Let's
Yeah,
get first.
like form a human chain kind of thing
Mm.
to
Yeah.
like get down there sort of slowly.
Yeah, I'd say with that, it's pretty easy. You guys are able to, keep a good handle on it as you slide down one by one, helping each other and breaking down into what seems like soil and rock and stone. And you can see that the excavations here are quite messy. There is large swaths that just like are half cleared, and then another stony pathway down as you make your way down these plateaus. And then you see that towards the center, as you see these plateaus start to like arc around one another, almost like a spiral staircase, you find a lot of disturbance. Kind of, Jimmy, like what you were looking for. You can see that all the soil and anything on the surface level here has been tampered with a lot. And even just looking at it, it's like large triangle swaths of the ground are chopped away like very lightly at the surface, and claw like footprints. And you see now the beginnings of a nest. And in that nest, like an owl or some other predator bird, you see bones. And worse, you see body. You see clothed bodies, one wearing a plaid shirt and jean overalls, pushed off to the side. Its meat well worn and rancid now after a year of decay, as you see the familiar dress up of Chuck from the body shop. And beyond him, you see some other bones and more lumps of darkness as you press forward. What are you guys doing?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Is that body shop dude, right? But not like. Hold on, because he was already gone. Oh my god, what have we gotten ourselves into?
Wait, isn't that the body that Madison moved for us?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, what the hell is it doing down here?
Huh?
There's no water down here, right?
No. Like there's that river, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
that goes
but-
on under a path under the
yeah.
rocks.
Guys, the body didn't like wash itself down here, man.
No.
Well, we
Well-
never saw where she took the body. She obviously took it here.
This is my point, man. Should we not be really fucking worried about that? If she took it all the way down here? Who's
Yeah.
she working for?
Whatever ate it. I look around, like further down the pit. I do like a sense danger or anything to see like
Sure. Yeah.
I
You
can
can sense
hear
danger
any-
or investigation or whatever it is. Yeah.
yeah, it's just to see if like I hear or see anything that's like not just black.
Mm-hmm.
That's an 11.
Yeah, with 11, you're looking around. You're seeing like this vague semblance of like a nesting area, and looking around, you do find a lot more skeletons, and you feel that aura that you often feel, at Oliver Twists, and you feel a tug, with some of your items that you have, that something has happened here, but before. And now what you see in front of you plainly is the body of someone It's kind of small, long hair, pink sweater, laying on the ground. Still.
You said I felt like a tug at some of the stuff that I have on me.
In general, they just all feel very active. The things that you've had, this whole time, they're resonating. And your pipe especially it's warm and thrumming, and it's very active. But aside from that, all the things you've had, the bird cage, the ballet dancer, the whatever that thing's called.
Viewmaster.
Viewmaster, yeah.
Yeah, they're all just like crackling.
Can I go see some of the other bodies and kind of, if they're kind of skewed, I'm going to like turn them over as carefully as possible just to see if I can figure out any other bodies out there.
As you're going over them, you definitely see the body of Chuck that you had dealt with a lot. It is like weathered and drained in a lot of ways. Almost food in a sense is what it looks like, but not entirely picked clean. And then a lot of these are bones that are ancient, wearing very old clothes that are like basically pinned to the stone itself as you're trying to move them around. And then you move towards Angel, who is looking over, and you see shoes, modern, jeans, modern, pink sweater, modern, and relatively clean, dusted. And then you see the face of someone who you don't entirely recognize, but it is not rotten or old. It looks just still and peaceful.
Can I
Jimmy...
walk over? Yeah, I'll go and take a look.
Yeah, you go over there, shine the flashlight over the rest of her, and you see Laura Morgan, and she's just still.
Does she look like she's been eaten at all? Or
moving closer, looking at her. There's a little bit of blood near the neck.
check a pulse, or check for a pulse.
It's there. Very faint. She's very cold.
Oh, shit.
Ransom or Brody, one of you guys give me your jacket.
Yeah.
He's, like, still alive.
Jacket off immediately. Like, yeah, gotta be honest, guys. I think we just had a priority shift. I think we've got to get her out of here.
100%, man.
This thing be damned.
Her family thinks that she's dead.
Makes sense. How long has she been missing?
You said she had
month?
marks on her neck. Are they similar to the ones that I have?
Yeah, very similar. And even as you're looking at them, your vision focuses and the whispers come back, and they are crushingly loud over all of you. And that tone becomes like just impossibly loud, and it swarms everything you're thinking and saying. And it's just that feeling almost on fast forward, like closer, 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 pulling you, asking you, inspiring you down into the plateaus and the excavation and this tunnel down.
So if we kind of if I like look over the edge and shine the light down, can I see the bottom?
You see that the continue to spiral down under itself and like this wide, like 15 foot across. There's a gap in the center where you can kind of see a little bit, but they continue to go down for. Your flashlight just reaches the edge of something down there, and you can see that it's not an infinite hole. There is a bottom, and it's maybe 2 or 3 swirls around the diameter of this thing, and you can be down there.
Let me just go check it out.
I'll come with you.
Just guys, we gotta get her out of here.
Yeah, get her ready, and we'll just make sure there's nobody else down here that need her.
Yeah, man. What if we turn our back? Or yeah, what if someone else needs help? Or if we turn our back while we're trying to get her out and something bad happens, man?
They're not wrong, Ransom. If we found one
Right.
survivor, there might be more.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Alright,
Jimmy, do you want to go?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll kind of lead the way with my flashlight. And I'll real quick too. At one point, like just as I'm kind of getting ready to go down, I'm gonna reach my hand in the pocket, touch the stone a little bit, just give a little boop.
It is, yeah. It's almost hot to the touch now, and it is like actually vibrating. Like even as you're reaching your hand down toward it, you could feel that your pocket is moving against your thigh, and like, yeah.
Cool. All right, yeah, let's go.
Okay. You make your way down one swirl and then another, occasionally seeing another littering of bones that are ancient and almost fused with the environment around here, having been here for so long. And eventually you make your way down, and the whispering and the tone gets louder and louder as you start to feel the tone is more than audible and more than a thought now. It is the air is vibrating around you. And as you make your way down these final spirals, you open up into what you thought would be maybe a large cavern again, but it is short. It is no more than 15 feet high and maybe 40 feet across. You just see a small circular room with a arc of darkness, like a gate in front of you that is just pressing onward into the stone, and it is just smooth here. And even that arc that goes almost like 10 feet across and 10 feet high is like just smooth.
And the flashlight can reach the walls? It can.
It's not a very large space. You're able to see the whole thing around you.
I'll walk into it.
Yeah, me too.
You guys begin to step forward towards the arc, and again, that the air is hot now and vibrating around you, and there's that tone, and it's almost like, even though it's calling for you to be here, it is viscous and it's hard to move through. And you've all looking to one another, see your own images flickering back and forth as if for a second you are a foot further than you are, and you continue to press under this arc and inside of it. Mm-hmm. The heat is now like air pressing against you. Your hair and clothing are moving away. And in the distance, it is dim. There is light. And it is slightly golden. Maybe.
Just one light, not two.
Good question.
A single dull light in the distance. It doesn't feel like there's any amount of distance actually, but it is there in front of you. And you all feel it just closer.
I'll keep going. And as I do, I'll kind of look back and maybe saying over the fucking noise if it's that loud down here. Like, maybe just like give me a couple feet of space in case something happens, someone can pull me out.
Sure.
You begin to press forward, and as you do, pressing, and you find that the air is pushing against you, and all of you, it gets more powerful, and you see Jimmy there alone going further towards it as the light begins to fade just a little bit, and then it's flickering. And then all of you see something that you've seen before, which is a shimmer of red and blue erupt around you and flicker outwards, and the light remains red in the distance. And all of you now kind of see a little closer down into the tunnel that there is these wisps and lines like fog made of sheets of air that are panning around. And it is not that the air and everything is pushing you away, it's that there is something that is here. Looking around you, you can actually see it now. Pushing your hand forward, it moves with you, and there is almost like this gas of webbing that you're pushing yourself through, and it is becoming more and more resistant as you're pressing forward through it. And Jimmy, you find it almost hard to walk as your steps are heavy. You roll combat as you continue to move forward.
Absolutely.
I would be behind Jimmy because I wouldn't let him go alone. So do I roll combat as well?
Yeah.
11.
You're able to continue moving, and then it begins to get hot against your skin. As Brody, you falling behind it, you find for a second your feet slip, and you two, Ransom and Angel, you see Brody, that flickering image of him fade back to where you were, but then fade back forward to where he is now, as if you had seen him make another attempt and push on in very fast motion.
As I'm going forward, I'm going to start talking, as Jimmy is wont to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, hey man, I don't really know what this is. If you can hear me, my name's Jimmy. It's actually James Arthur Marshall, but my friends call me Jimmy. My initials are Jim. It's pretty cool. listen, it's really loud down here and it's really hard to walk forward. So if you can just like, if we can just talk normally, without maybe the whispers or something, that'd be cool. We're just trying to find out what's happening.
You just hear in your mind that feeling of language again rise up, and it says, "Would you like to talk?"
Yeah, man. Yeah, that'd be great.
To everyone?
What do you mean?
And at that moment, you all see that the red light brightens, and it illuminates this wisping layers of whatever this thing is, this actual physical fog and slices of viscous web in front of you. And you see that it is thick and that you are getting deeper and deeper into what looks like a gradient of this tendril. And you are pressing forward, and it looks like a veil. You are moving through, and it asks again, everyone?
Just me and just you, maybe, to start.
Some of us.
Sure, yeah.
You all feel for a split second, everything stops. The tone goes away. The whispers go away. The heat goes away. And Jimmy, in front of you, you hear what sounds like ancient paper creaking and ripping apart in front of you. And you guys each see 8 pinpoints of light spark out at different heights. And then in a flurry, you see an explosion of wings come out towards Jimmy, and claws and wings and eyes. And you see small versions of these things that you had fought before rupturing towards you incredibly quickly. What do you do as they're flying towards you, ripping through what looks like this veil of gas or reality itself?
Can I put up a wall between us and the things trying to run at us?
I'd say you see them like almost like 100 feet away now, having been watching from the entrance. So you are very far away. But if you want to try and get in there, you can.
Yeah, I'm going to start running forward.
Yeah,
For anyone, for anyone running forward towards Jimmy, it's going to be combat to get through this area. And Jimmy, what are you doing?
I'm just going to put my hands up and be like, I just want to talk, or maybe play you some music again if you like that.
You see it standing in front of you as each of them rush towards you. One pins in front of you with its wings flared out around you, maybe 4 feet across. And then the wings continue to wrap around you. And you feel the red of the light fade away as the red behind it is eclipsed by its wings. And the wings close over you. And you feel it silent and quiet, and just see the eyes of this thing flickering towards yours.
Hey, my name's Jimmy. What's your name?
And it just pierces into your mind again. Can you roll a occult for me?
Sure. Ooh.
I rolled an 8.
6.
I also roll 7.
7. You feel snap, like something has just taken your body from you. You feel that you are seeing back at yourself through the same eyes of the thing that's looking for you, forward at you. And your arms go low and your shoulders go low. And you just feel that your neck is being strained as if your body's trying to fall to the ground, but your head is locked in place. And you see the eyes get bigger and the wings get closer as they press into your back, and you feel little spikes as each of them pull into you. Can you roll Keep Cool for me?
Sure.
And the rest of you see these things fly out around Jimmy in a flurry towards you, especially to you, Brody. And you rolled, what did you roll, Brody, on your combat? Was it low?
It was an 8.
Okay. So, Brody, you're able to make it towards Jimmy, but some of these things interfere, and they're slicing in front of you. 2 pin in front of you as they claws out, fangs out, eyes out, are lashing towards you. And then more go beyond towards Ransom and towards Angel. And if you success rolls, you're getting closer. You are with Brody, mere feet away from Jimmy, but if you failed, you're probably alone as 2 of these pin towards each of you. And you see one over Jimmy as they continue to seemingly fly out of this hole around you.
I got a 10 to keep cool.
Okay. You're able to snap free. Your eyes come back into your own control, and you feel this thing pressing its claws up under your shoulder blades, pulling you and your neck towards its mouth, and you actually feel the heat of its breath. It's how close it is, as you are able to pull out for just a second and get the claws out of your skin.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say like, okay, fine, we don't have to talk, and then I'm gonna pull the knife out and I'm gonna try to break its fucking head open.
Okay, make a combat roll for me.
I tried.
Yeah.
I was being nice. Fuck. It's a 10.
Okay, yeah. Where do you go for it?
For the head. Absolutely for the head.
Okay, you slice that with the knife, or?
I'm gonna try to bust into it. So I think I found that the handle worked better for that. So I'm gonna try to like break the stone skull of it.
Yeah, you go for like the face of it, the center area of its nose, and it howls out, and you see some of the face crack in around it, the right eye and the nose area connecting a little bit, and the light coming out even more. And you see it flicker now towards like a reddish light as this thing has changed from what you feel now to be neutral to hatred, and it screams towards you as it sprawls out, and you see that it begins to flicker like the big one did. The skin moving over now, and it continues to move at you. But the rest of you, what are you doing? 2 of these coming at each of you.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Were we given a number on how many miners or workers died in the collapse?
The number is estimated to be in like the 50s.
Okay.
But not everyone was always documented when they were working to it.
Okay. Yeah. No. Just wanted to see if there was a correlation. I have my gun drawn, and best I can, I'm going to try and level a shot at one.
Okay. Yeah. Roll combat. Brody, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the baseball bat, do a little flourish, and try to hit both of them if I can.
Okay. Combat. Angel, what are you up to?
I'm gonna just like put up a wall between the 2 that are coming at me.
Okay. Yeah. Roll that occult then for me.
Sure.
Yeah. What were your rolls? 6? Oh no.
13 was my highest, and I'll use precise strike to do 2 harm.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'd say with that, like as they're like flurrying, doing this like pincer move where they are trying to seemingly distract you, they move over one another, and you find they line up in one shot right through both the heads of these things, and you feel the bullet clean go through them, and they flicker from yellow to red as well. But you see them hit the ground and then begin to crawl towards you, and the skin flickering around again. Ransom, as you go for that swipe, they just claw into your arm, one onto the left arm, another onto the right arm, and they pull you up into the air where you are now being held, and you feel that slowly they're encroaching on you, head and head, left and right of your neck. Back to Jimmy, what do you do?
So it seems red and pissed off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, I don't want to fight, but I don't want to be food either. So if we can calm down and talk, I will stop hitting you in the face.
Are you trying to manipulate it?
Yep.
Okay, roll manipulate for me.
10. Oh my god, that was a roller coaster.
You see for a second the lights flicker back to yellow, and it's looking at you, and it locks eyes with you, and you feel that feeling again. Your arms go down, your head snapped up and being pulled a little too hard, and it asks, "Friend?" And you feel against your thigh, this thing is vibrating incredibly hot.
I'm gonna say, sorry. I'm gonna say, friend, but no feed. Friend's not food.
A friend, not food. As soon as you get that feeling, it acknowledges, and you acknowledge, and it's like a verbal nod in your mind. And again, you feel suddenly it moves towards your neck, and the teeth move towards yours, and you feel it start to pinch through the skin just a little bit. And you have a split second to react, but
I'm gonna
they're just trying to make you a friend.
You know the saying, friends close.
I'm gonna let it.
It bites into you. and your
Yeah.
roll goes black.
Okay.
Ransom, what are you up to? It's got two of these by the arms lifting you into the air.
Yeah, I'm struggling and screaming, probably making some ungentlemanly noises, trying to like basically like kick them where I think their gonads might be.
Okay, I would say, yeah, with your legs free, you can roll a keep cool or combat to try and get free, get out.
Yeah,
hurt
I'm
them.
gonna use keep cool in order to like try and find an opening where like I'm gonna sort of try and like relax a moment to maybe have them relax their grip.
Okay.
But a 5, I don't think will cut it.
Yeah, as you're like kicking at them, you're kicking at flying creatures that seem to not even obey the idea of flight. Their wings aren't flapping when they fly, they're just out. And when you kick them, they just move as if floating in water. And then they draw in closer, almost like using your arms like ropes, clawing into you, pulling closer. These little versions of the thing from the night before get in closer. One puts its hands towards the back of you, the other behind the other, and soon your shoulder blades are under its hands. And your shoulder blades pop outwards as the pressure from them pulling you, and you get a split second to react. But first, Brody, what are you up to?
I think I would have heard Ransom's unforgiving words. And I would turn around and go smash that just like that noise. Smash.
Okay. You're going to attack the ones that are with Ransom.
Yes.
Okay. Roll combat for me.
7 is my highest. And I'll use precision strike, so it'll be 1 harm.
Okay. So I would say with that, you can hit one of them really well. And so picking left or right doesn't really matter. You attack at one of them, and you see the side of its head cave in, and some of the bits shatter away, but hold in the air as if they're floating. And this thing, the light pours out red against the ceiling, which you see now to just be a wisping, tearing in reality. And it continues to move, but very slowly in jerking motions. And again, you see that center of its chest rippling out and the skin moving around. Angel, what are you up to?
So I see Jimmy like making out with one of them.
He's
and
making it with me.
Yeah.
They're necking.
Yeah.
Being made out with.
I'm getting necked.
How far away is Jimmy from me at this point?
Pretty far. You would have to make at least one combat check to get to him as you move through this, because you failed the previous one.
Yeah, I will use a blast on Jimmy and the thing, just trying to separate them. Do I
Yeah.
have to still do combat to get to them?
Yeah, you're still like that full distance away.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah, that's what I'd like to do.
okay.
So get close enough so I can do that.
Yeah. So did you do the combat roll? Is that what that one was? Or
No, this was for when I did the wall because you said 2 things were coming at me.
oh, that succeeded though, right? With the 8?
Yes. It was on
So
11.
yeah. How would with an 11 then? How do you block them off or try and pin them?
It's just like you see like a wall of smoke hit them and just like tilt forward to like put them on the ground.
Okay. Yeah, it pins them, and you see that they are like scraping at it, and a little bit like how the cage before started to weather under the weight of these things. You see them go into that black tendril form where they start to shiver and move at it, and you see it's wearing away, but very slow because these are little guys. And you run over them towards Jimmy. What's your roll for that?
A 5.
Yeah, you find the heat of it, the thickness of it. It is hard to move forward, and just pressing onward slowly, you can get there next turn. Jimmy, what are you up to as you feel this thing sinking its fangs into your neck?
You said it went black for me, so what am I up to?
Yeah, it is just that feeling, and then slowly you feel blood coming out, weakening, but very, very little.
Okay.
And I would say you start to have a feeling where there's that trickle of something in your mind, and it kind of mimics that look you saw in Angel's eyes with the iridescent blue and red, but it's just a flickering like in a dream around you. But it's there and you can grasp it.
I'm gonna grasp it.
You feel a similar feeling like the night before, like that feeling of funny bone and static through your arms, and then it reaches through your whole body as you start to see above everything. You start to see this swirl, this knot under the mountain as you're moving over the world, and you're seeing that there is blue, and then there is red, and the red is spreading into the blue, and the blue is zipping across the world. You know, you see it around Snowcatch on lines and wires and little boxes and things, and you see the blue is emanating all over the world, and then you see the red slowly around Snowcatch merging with the blue, and you can move toward them if you like.
Yeah, I want to move towards that, the red and the blue.
As you kind of drift over, you see a semblance of what you remember Snowcatch looks like, but it seems like 1,000 years ago you were there. And as you're looking at it, you see little squares of blue, kind of as you get closer to everything, as they're rupturing around you, and you see town square. You see this giant blue light being hauled and lifted up beside the old clock at the center of town. And you see that wires down into the earth, and you see blue like just spanning everywhere from there. You see suddenly Angel's house and a little blue box in the side of the room with blue wires leading everywhere, and then red. Everywhere that you see blue, you now see there is also red, and it is spanning everywhere, slowly moving out from Snowcatch, as this reality you feel around you is electric, and it is thrumming.
Can I move any of the red, or can I affect what I'm seeing at all, or do I get the sense I can?
I would say maybe make an investigation check, and then we'll
Sure.
pass back to the other guys here.
Yep. 12.
With a 12. Yeah, you get this feeling of like control for a split second, and you almost like reach out and you can grab on to these colors and move them. But at that moment, let's pass back to Ransom. As you feel the hot breath and the teeth sinking into your skin, you have a moment to react. What are you doing?
So I still have the gun in my hand, so I'm going to try and just like lever backwards and just boom,
Okay.
shoot it.
Yeah, they've like climbed up over your shoulders, so your hands are mostly free. Roll that combat for me.
Sure thing.
Are you nailing it, buddy?
You don't want to roll badly when aiming back towards your own head, I'll tell you that.
First of all, don't tell me how to end my own life, thank you. I rolled a 4.
Oh, poor Angel.
Hey, that was with the +1 I gave
Poor
myself.
Angel.
I am behind you
Uh,
to some degree.
I would say that you do feel that you pull the trigger, and you feel searing hot over your shoulder as you've definitely misjudged suddenly moving through this different feeling around you, this thickness of air, and whipping back your hand a little too far, shooting through your own shoulder to your arm. You take 2 harm, just a little bit. And one of these things, it loosens its bite on the left side as you see it is genuinely distracted from that. But the other one bites in, and your vision starts to fade.
I try again.
Okay, you're just readying to shoot again. But Brody, what do you do first?
First off, I'm going to be like, Jesus Christ, Ransom, what the fuck are you doing? And I will try to go for the one opposite the gun.
Okay. Moving towards it. Yeah, make that combat roll for me.
So 14, I'll precise strike that, so 2 harm.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to shatter that one again, like the skull on that one coming loose. You see like remnants of a lower jawbone still working, with the upper fangs slowly fading away, and just like they're there but just floating in the air. But it's still moving just very slowly, and again the skin from the center of their chest rippling out around it. And then Angel, You are trying. You vaulted over the two you pinned to the ground, and then it's incredibly hard to move. But what would you like to do?
Seeing everybody in this situation, I cry out to like all the monsters. Please stop! They don't deserve this. And I guess I'll try and like manipulate them to stop.
Okay, roll manipulate.
Do you know something we don't, Angel? Come on.
Okay, I will say that roll is a 2, but I leveled with the previous fail, and I got a luck point.
You got a luck point.
So I will use the 1 luck point I regained.
So you see in a split second savagery. You see them biting into your friends and tearing them limb from limb. You see them fall to the ground. You see their blood soaking into this ether around you. And then you see them instead turn up towards you, their heads each looking at you, their eyes a slightly sickly green as you feel that sense of questioning in your mind. And you hear just the whispering in your head as questions arise of, friend?
Friend.
Attaboy.
And then you hear, like, again, that feeling through your mind of what they consider to be time moves into your thoughts. Time, old friend. Already friend, question mark. And their eyes, that sickly green pinned on you.
Yes. Old friend. And, you don't need more friends.
Then you get the question, work? Help?
Protect.
They seem to nod, and in your mind you see that there is some kind of acknowledgement, though you don't know if you're in agreement, but the tone of it you understand. And you see that them, for the most part, are hanging loose. But with one of them still gripping onto Jimmy's neck, its eyes still locked on Angel, in that moment, they release you, Ransom, and they are falling back, looking towards Angel, except for this last one biting into Jimmy, which seems to not be able to move on its own. As Jimmy, you are feeling control in your hands.
Yep.
You see this red and blue and this network of things around you with these two colors intertwined. And what do you do? Do you look around? Do you traverse the area, or what do you do?
Yeah, I wanna see if I can see where the red is coming from. Like if there's a source of the red, and because it seems to be coming from Snowcatch.
Mm-hmm. You see it. You can see now that there is slight points of very dim yellow light, and you can see that there's a few of these around town. Even now, some are moving a little bit. You see towards the mountain, there is 4. One of them is bright, one of them turning red just a little. The other one is flickering, and it feels like you. And you see the red is from here and pulsing out like a thin wave over everything, and then you see it contacts one of these blue lines or boxes, and it clicks and it clings just a little bit. And you see that little by little, the red is clinging onto these blue areas. And then you see a large amount of blue with a large amount of red at the city hall, these large rows of rectangular blues over and over. And the red is flickering through them, and then from there to everywhere, slowly trickling out. And you see one slightly reddish, orangish, yellowish dot well to the north of here, and a few tiny red pixels of red beyond Snowcatch, but fading and weak.
Okay, I'm gonna try to talk out. Can I get a sense of this thing that's like got my neck? I can see like I'm flickering if I'm looking at, like, you know, quote unquote where I would be.
Yeah.
The thing attached to me, can I see what color that is?
It's
if it has a color?
It's so red it's almost black. It's hard to see against the blackness of the world around you, but
got it.
You see little dim reds. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try to talk.
Okay.
Actually, can I tell who the other four are?
You have an idea, but it's mainly based on spatial. There's no identity attached to them. They're just pinpoints of light. There's one flickering to you, and one closer that is slightly yellow, turning orange. One that is pretty orange, and then one that is just yellow. You're not 100% sure who's who because you were pretty messed up for a while by yourselves.
I am going to guess at which one I think is Angel.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and touch it.
Okay. Which one do you go for? The yellow, slightly orange, or the pretty orange?
Pretty orange.
Okay. You reach out, and Angel, you feel static in your mind, and then you sense Jimmy. And Jimmy, you sense Angel.
Sweet. I'm gonna go, hey man, I'm looking at like the world, I think. This thing has me connected to something, but like you're the computer guy. None of this shit makes any sense to me. There's a lot of red. I think that's bad. There's a lot of blue. I don't know what that is. I thought it was the internet or electricity. I don't really understand. Can you come here or something? I don't know how this works.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to pull him.
Yeah, and Angel, you feel that same feeling that the eyes can go black, and blue and red, and you can let go and float above the world again if you like.
Yeah. All right. I really didn't want to go back to this, but okay.
As you're pulled in, Ransom, you see Brody and Angel, or you see Angel's head look up again, and as you're looking, his heels leave the ground just a little bit, and you notice Jimmy's doing the same beyond him. But the creatures have stopped. They are no longer attacking you. Their eyes, their heads turned on a dime, and the lights went greenish. And whatever is left of their heads is looking towards Angel. And one of them is still just attached to Jimmy, completely frozen, unmoving.
I am just sort of slowly backing up to Brody, kind of regrouping.
Okay.
The fucking bullet wound.
Fuck! I shot myself.
Just a shot.
Fuck!
You fucking idiot! What? Why would you do that?
You know what? Now
You should always buy classes when you go and handle a gun, okay? That's rule number one. Except, rule number 0 is make sure that you learn proper safety etiquette.
You just slap Brody. And with that, we pan to see Jimmy and Angel, two figures and feelings above a dark planet with, you have this idea of what things are, and this feeling of here's Snowcatch and here's the mountain, and there's a flickering light, an orange light, a yellow light, blah blah blah, and you both feel that now, and you see this now, Angel, again, you see this web of blue and red seeping around from this point out towards more of it and a little bit beyond.
Do I still have that feeling of the gate available to me, or no?
You do. As soon as you come back here, you feel it again, and your mind is brought to the repeating blue rectangles that you see in the basement of City Hall.
Okay.
You always see the world like this?
No, it's just been from whatever this thing is.
Oh. Pretty crazy, though.
Yeah, am I able to, influence the red or blue at all?
You can feel that, as you're trying to adjust it, you can connect to it. But at the moment, that's all it feels like, is you can go to it and you can touch it. But at the moment, it doesn't feel like you can change it. You can just go to it.
Okay. You need to get the thing off your neck, and hopefully you aren't turning into this.
Nah, I think it's okay. I feel pretty good.
You know how Madison got bit and now she's some sort of weird type of vampire?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Look,
not 100% sure I'm like fully human anymore.
Oh, well, I mean, shit happened. Look, here's what I'm worried about. I don't think these things are like evil on their own, you know? I think that like there's like a miscommunication or like a misunderstanding. So like, you know, the whole time I was just like, let's be friends, and it kept biting my neck, and then I realized maybe that's just how they talk. So I just let it do it, and look at where we are. I just don't want to fuck up everything, man. But like, I want to fix it.
I don't know really what to do. You said the gate was pointing me to City Hall, Aaron?
Yeah, you get that feeling with those repeating rectangles at the gate, whatever that feeling is, unlocking it, opening it, passing through is the sensation you get. And it's strongest there. But you get hints of it anywhere you see these blue boxes, anywhere. But it's very strong there.
And, well, dude, there's definitely something up over there at City Hall.
What, here? I'm gonna touch one of them.
You're muted.
Oh, sorry. You just have the sensation, both of you, that you feel it. You connect to it, and you, Jimmy, also, you feel the sensation of gate and opening and moving and transportation, and you feel like you could go there.
I go there.
Okay. Angel, you feel Jimmy fading away from you. And,
Jimmy hit
and Jimmy, you feel your entire body is filled with that electric feeling, and you are hot, and you think you might die, as suddenly it feels like you are scorched. And then suddenly you are in a basement, dimly lit with blue lighting, racks of servers that you had seen pulled in here the other day, and the leathery wings and a creature biting into your neck around you as its eyes snap to and becomes a flurry of movement and confusion as it is flapping around the room.
No, hey man, hey, it's cool. Just chill for a second, man.
And it turns to you and just screams.
No!
And we'll pan back to Ransom and Brody, and everyone over there. Yeah, Ransom, Brody.
Give me the gun. Give me the gun.
No.
Then fucking shoot that thing that's biting Jimmy. Jesus fucking Christ, what are you doing?
Then are Jimmy and the vampire still here?
Looking at it, you see a black image of what Jimmy was, and just two shining lights is left as it slowly fades away, just like Roger Waters did at that cave the night a few weeks before.
This is the cool.
Just kind of like shut up, like, where'd he go?
You see Angel starting to ascend a little bit, feet no longer touching the ground. Angel, you have this feeling of Jimmy went to there, is the impression you get. What do you do?
I reach it. I was, as soon as he like did that, I was reaching out to like stop him or to follow.
Okay. So you take that same feeling, and as you're going there, you get the feeling of the gate opening, yes or no?
Yes.
And when you say yes, Ransom and Brody, you see the red fading of reality in front of you brighten incredibly, and the wisps extend beyond you, and it feels like a rush of hot air as suddenly they're wavering around you and pressing up and swirling around the steps and excavation you had made your way through. And Angel, you appear in a basement, a server room, and you see Jimmy in a fluttering, panicked bat screaming at him.
Out, man. It's okay.
I look around to see,
Is
it just like a straight server room?
Yeah, it's just a server room, but you have that feeling now that you always feel around things like from Oliver Twist's trinkets. It's everywhere now. It's here. It's everything is crackling with it. Everything like this is also the realm that you were seeing from beyond the fade.
Do I see like a terminal anywhere?
Yeah, you see like a primary server for these.
I go over to it and what do we got for media ports?
It's got everything you'd expect. It even got a disk tray on there, floppy disk, USBs, but pretty more PCI adapters. I mean, and
I'll pull out the disc
okay,
and plug it in. And
you put in.
I can think of
I'm
it.
gonna load up a game real fast.
Yeah, you put in the disc, and Jimmy, you see this thing flying around you, hissing and confused. You see its eyes go like violet, and the whole light of it going violet as it's incredibly confused. What are you doing?
I'm really gonna be like, hey, friend, it's okay, man. We're good. It's okay. You and
You
me.
see
we're
it turns to you, and the eyes go like a limeish green, and they flick to you, and you feel friend? Question mark in the head.
Friend.
And then you
Friend.
feel it look from you to the pocket, to you to the pocket. And you feel that flow of time go backwards, like old friend, past friend.
Old friend.
And then it looks at the pocket, and it just goes to the ground. And wings fold in. And it just moves to your side. And
Awesome.
for the moment, just chill. And everything kind of goes back to like a dim, pale white glow. And Ransom, Brody, you see Angel turn to black, 2 pinpoints of golden light hanging where his eyes used to be. And then he fades away into a different reality beyond.
Brody.
I just look at Ransom and it's
very
like,
slowly back the fuck out of here.
are the smaller creatures still in here?
They are just like completely still. Like they haven't done anything since they went lime greenish in the eyes.
I just like slowly begin to back up.
And as you're slowly moving out, you see the eyes begin to flicker a little bit.
To what color?
With the disappearance of Angel now, they're going slightly back to yellow. Just greenish, yellowish, greenish, yellowish, and they're flickering back, and you see them starting to stagger in motion.
I'm gonna grab Ransom by like the collar and fucking
like we are friends.
shut the fuck up and let's go. Shut the fuck up and run.
And Brody dragging Ransom. You feel it's incredibly easy to move away from here, and as you're like running away towards the central area of the staircase, your feet, it's almost hard to keep them on the ground.
Cool.
And you start to just move up, and you are suddenly choosing almost to run upwards through the air as you
stop and grab Laura.
As you're making your way around the spiraling staircases. You're seeing now so many skeletons as this red and blue flicker illuminates them with iridescence as this world is rupturing around.
Oh my god, it's Eternal Pit. Oh
And
my god.
So many bones, just so many bones. And then you see the body of Laura. And just thinking of her, you see her lift up and moving towards you a little bit. As you're moving now towards the edge and the ring around. And as you move through and over the ring, you feel that tenuous connection snap and you begin to fall. But it's controlled and you hit the ground and she's there in your arms, heavier than you thought because you were just floating with her a second ago.
Also, I got
Brody,
shot.
you see that. Yeah, you were shot. Somehow.
Brody, you're on the hockey team. You're so much stronger than me.
Yeah, but
no,
I have a
punch,
damage.
Taker.
My stitches are gonna pop if I carry a big load.
Oh my god.
It's
okay.
a gunshot
Throw on
wound.
this shoulder.
Yeah, it's the other shoulder. Yeah, you got this.
Just help me
Yeah.
out. And then just like limp run as fast as I can, like up back out of the main pit there.
As we're running, I'm gonna be like to Ransom. Okay, so make sure that the safety is on, and make sure that you get the bullet out of there.
Just take it. Just fuck it. It's in my pit, like in my bone.
He throws the gun to you as you both are haphazardly holding Laura, moving your way up the giant cavern you worked your way down, leaning against it almost as you're pushing yourselves up. And we snap back to Jimmy and Angel. Jimmy, you just see this thing with its eyes glowing pale white now, looking up to you and to the room and everything. And Angel, you see your game boot up. Everything flickers on. You see the green and purple mountain and a knot and a mountain and a knot. And then you see the knot growing incredibly large. And then you see question marks pinging across the page incredibly fast.
I just type help me.
And then it just help all over the screen again. And then check mark, ding, and everything's like extremely excited as you see, again, a world pan out around you, and you see a very similar image of what you had seen before, with the red webs slowly clinging to a blue one that is seemingly contained around Snowcatch. But then you see a dot of orange beyond and little specks of red on the world outside of it. And then you see around you, you see just images of things. Anything you can imagine is suddenly there, with green and purple rotations. It's anything that you're even thinking of now. It's like you just get imagery of things, trees, whatever. And as you are thinking them, they're appearing onto the map in green and purple. What do you envision as you are seeing these red now swirl outward and pick up and start? You even see blue dots like in the server room, like filling with red.
I'm just trying to think of a way to contain it.
Okay, you think
It's like stop the spread.
you start thinking over containers, and the image of a microwaved Tupperware dinner comes to mind, and you just see this big Tupperware lid and green purple lid moving around Snowcatch, rotating around it, and it's waiting, and you just get on the screen, yes or no.
Yes.
Wait.
With a yes, you see it click. But Jimmy, running, what do you do as you're moving toward him?
We need everything else here too, no? Also, I'm gonna name this one Henry. Me and Henry are chill. He helped me teleport. Don't look at me like I'm crazy. That was wild.
He's turned us into monsters.
I don't think I'm a monster. I'm not convinced of that one.
He just teleported.
Doesn't make me a monster. Plus, I'm pretty sure Henry teleported. I just got to go with him.
Huh?
Or her. Could be Henrietta. I don't know.
I'm looking at the screen after I typed
Can we
yes.
bring the other dots back, though? Don't we want that?
I would say even as you're looking, Jimmy, you are seeing that the red dots suddenly go a little bit more orange, that ones that are outside of the rotating Tupperware around Snowcatch, and that they kind of stay orange for the moment. And the red inside Snowcatch begins to still pan out around it, but it is fully contained. And that's what you feel at the moment. Ransom and Brody, you continue making your way up into the small cavern where you would see the skeleton of the creature that you had fought the weeks before. Making your way through the caverns. Then you find that damned river incline sloshing towards you with bullets through your body and dead-ish bodies on you. It seems almost insurmountable. But would you like to roll a keep cool for me as you guys make your way up this damn rivery slope?
Brody, if we ever make it out of this, I need you to help me with a conditioning program. Oh my god.
You needed it years ago. I rolled the.
You know what? Shut up. I rolled a 3.
Ransom rolls a 3. Tipping back over, the shooting pain of your shot shoulder is terrible, and you fall backwards, and Laura's body goes headfirst into the water. Brody, what did you roll?
A 10.
A 10. You can catch one of them, and you are easily making up. What do you do? Ransom and Laura are heading, as Ransom falls over her now, she's just head dipping into the water.
I have to save Laura. She's going to get a concussion on top of this. Can't let it.
Yeah. You grab Laura's body. It pulls you down to the ground, half of you slipping into the riverbed, but you're able to keep control of yourself, and you pull her up. Ransom, you just tumble back down again. But Brody, you're able to work your way up. Ransom, can you roll keep cool for me? And you've taken 1 harm as you crashed off some sharp rocks there.
Cool. I'm just gonna add an extra experience. I'm back up to 4.
You failed again, or that was
that
the
was
last?
the 6.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, did you fail again trying to get up here?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
sick.
okay. So it's the same, unfortunately. You're sliding down jagged rocks on your arms and elbows. This time avoiding the water, but it's sharp rock everywhere. You take another harm, and you also feel your shoulder hot. Can you roll another? As Brody, you are able to do whatever you want as well.
I will. I'm gonna like put her over my shoulder, grimace, because like a stitching that came out. I feel it, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna try to hold my hand out to Ransom. Just fucking grab my hand.
I got an 8.
Okay, I think
let me
you're
do it.
working your way up, and
I don't want to pull you in half.
you slip again, shins hitting the side of the rock, but you do grab onto Brody's hand, and you take one more harm
Oh my god.
as you feel a crack across your shin, but you're pulled up, and Brody, you're able to make him get to his own feet. Laura over your shoulders, pulling Ransom up over the stupid slope. Then turning, you both see the light in the distance and head towards it, which is the exit. And a good distance away.
So much limping.
And Jimmy, Angel, you just have the sensation of containment, a slow trickle of red over some of the blue. Henry there, like a Ken doll. I'm not sure what the gender is. And
Yeah.
I think I've stopped it from spreading outside of Snowcatch.
Are we
I think.
worried about like? Okay, so here's what I'm kind of nervous about is like anybody else finding this stuff and then getting to do what I just did, or like undoing what we do here. Can you put a password on this container?
I can try to
I don't know, man. We just need to like
lock it
we
down.
need to lock it up, man, for sure.
okay.
So,
You start to think of those ideas.
I think of like a padlock.
Okay. Yeah, you see just like a collection of things appear and then solidify, and you see a padlock with the green body and a purple lock click together through a Tupperware as it's rotating around, and then you see the lock on it spin and into wild etchings as they continue to rotate away. It seems like it. Yeah. To you, Angel, it's the same etchings you've often seen either in your mind or scratched into the things you've used, and these words to you mean locked, as if you've peered more into the language of these things or spells, and you see those etchings on it.
Okay.
And then we make sure these things don't try to abduct or kill any more people. No offense, Henry. I don't think you were totally in control of yourself there, buddy.
His head just looks up to you and goes limish greenish, like, eh?
Hey, man, you're good.
You see his hand just rests up towards your pocket and is just holding onto something.
It like holding onto the thing in my pocket.
Yeah.
I like scoot away a little.
And it just scoots with you.
Ah, shit. All right, well, just like push his hand down. This is like a slap fight.
Yeah. I think as you guys are looking at that scene back on the monitor, you've also seen now that there is a slightly yellowy orangish dot and a yellow dot that have zipped away from the mountain and moved up and out into daylight. And you see that these figures are slowly making their way to, if you're trying to like geographically understand this, it is back towards where you guys parked your car, and you're seeing yellow and orange, and then such a dim yellowy orange as you see 3 of the dots moving together.
Okay, so I think here's what we got to do. If we're gonna tell the cops where we found Laura, right, then we need to seal that section again so that like they can't get to it. We say like we found her in like the chamber before or
Woods.
something.
The woods.
Fair, so then they just don't go to the cave. Okay, yeah, I like that. How do we make sure that these guys? Hey, Henry, you're not gonna kill anybody else, right? Or like,
You just hear it just goes lime green again, just like,
You said they're out of the cave now, based on what like we can feel and see?
Yeah, you're seeing them trudging now through, to be the detritus and willow forest, making their way back towards the car as you see their lights moving.
Can I like imagine sealing the cave?
You start to leave this space, and you feel like that feeling that you had before is gone. The moving above the world is vanished at the moment. And thinking back to those places, you could, but not from here. You would have to maybe actually do it, or as you're feeling around these things, you feel that you are tenuous now, as something is fading a little bit. But if you roll occult for me,
All right.
you'll see that you have a moment of reaction as you feel this last remnant fading.
It's a 9.
With a 9, yeah, I'd say in the nick of time you can envision one more thing to do one more thing.
Okay. Yeah, just like collapsing the tunnel, and I mean like the whole tunnel.
Okay. You make that feeling, and you see red and green lines moving through the entire cave system. And then you see them wrap around what you know to be the giant ring of metal that led to the excavation sites below. And you see it tying itself around them like a knot. And you see these green and purple lines that were straight, knot around it and pull tight. And you see that they start to bring the circle in tighter and tighter. And then Brody and Ransom, you guys hear a ripping in reality as you feel the earth shaking under you and the mountain quaking and the snow is falling from the trees as you guys are rushing towards the car. Taking a step over some logs, you feel the earth move away from you like a solid foot. Can you guys roll keep cool for me as you try and keep yourselves and Laura in a good position?
Hey, yeah, I've already proven to be
10.
great at those.
That's good.
9.
9's not bad. Okay. Yeah, I'd say, Ransom, you stumble a little, but it's nothing dangerous, and you guys still feel like it's an earthquake, and you're running, and you see the cars there as you eventually make your way towards them, with Laura in tow. And then Angel and Jimmy on the display, you see that the mountain is suddenly like a pop can, and you see its metal getting bent in on itself a little bit. And then it turns and it's a beer can with the image of a mountain on it, and you see the cold, crisp feeling as the mountain crunches in on itself just a little bit, and then the bottom of the pop can crunches in completely, and that imagery fades away, and the earthquake stops.
All right, we do it.
Then the game turns off.
I pop the disc out. Put it back in my pocket. Maybe? I don't know. This is definitely the first time I've used this in that way.
Fair, man.
Is there any noticeable difference with Henry?
As you guys are looking around the area, uncertain how things remain, you look towards Henry, who slowly, the shivering of skin starts. And every time it shimmers over, his skin turns darker and blacker and rotates over himself and filling in the gaps. And as you see him kind of looking around, it sees him look to his own hands. His eyes go green, and the last shimmer happens as it fades over him, and he turns to stone with horns and a maw with teeth and hands out in front of him, and just black stone in front of you.
Oh man, I was hoping he'd bring me back to my car.
That's what you're worried about?
Well, that's not like a worry. It's just like, that'd be nice. You know how far we are from my car right now?
Yeah. Pretty sure we're in City Hall.
Yeah.
Gonna have to explain why we're coming out of their server room.
With the giant stone creature. Or not creature,
I
but a
can't
stone
fucking pick that thing
statue.
up. It used to be so fucking heavy. That's living here now. I touched the thing in my pocket.
Okay. Yeah,
Anything?
it's kind of warm, but nothing like it was before. But it's still
It's okay.
thrumming a
It's
little. and-
something.
yeah.
I'll take it. Then I'll look at Henry, be like, "Sorry, man. You were your best little stone friend I could ask for, though you bit a little hard. I'm gonna like awkwardly between its outstretched hands give it a hug, and
Yeah,
then for a second hold on and will myself back to my car.
Nothing happens, but
Fuck.
you do feel like it moves a lot under your touch. Like it's actually kind of light.
Oh,
It's not as heavy as stone necessarily would be, but it's got some weight to it, maybe 15, 20 pounds.
oh, fuck yeah, that's coming with me. That's my new co-pilot. Get in the car. Let's go. Yeah. I'm picking
Jimmy
that up.
gets into the carpool lanes now.
I love it. Yeah. I'll fucking pick that thing up and like slum it over my shoulder and like balance it with like the hand on the shoulder. Yeah.
Okay. And you guys, I guess, making your way up the stairs of the server room.
One way out.
Yeah.
You press
No.
open.
Being
You
cautious.
see. It looks like an office, kind of like a technician's office, more or less, as you work your way into the area.
I need to be clear. I am strutting through this place, not
Yeah,
being
yeah.
stealthy at all. Yeah.
Okay. So you just walk through like you own the place. It's true.
There's nobody here.
That's
Well, it's
true.
that, or I have a great excuse.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But while Jimmy walks off,
Mhm.
you said there was like an office. Is it-
Yeah, just like a general like tech lab, or like for the the employees that do the technical stuff here.
Yeah, I just quickly checked their security cameras, like attached to the system, because I do
yeah.
not want to have to deal with the police again.
Yeah. You see that there's a whole security system here, definitely somewhere in the server room. But if you want to, you can roll. I'd say you can kind of make the case for a few rolls here. It could be investigate or combat even to beat its system, but it can be one of those.
I'll investigate for a 12.
Okay. A 12. Working through it, you're able to handle it maybe, with not having an extensive knowledge about these things, maybe a little savagely, but you're pretty sure there's not going to be any evidence of you having been here in the last few minutes. And then you turn the system off and you guys work your way to the town hall, working out. You do find that it is Christmas. There's not many people here. As you're scooting through, you do catch the sight of someone milling about with headphones on, doing classic mopping on a second floor through the glass. And you work your way towards the main area, and you see that it's actually open. Moving out into the street,
Yep.
daylight, and then Ransom and Brody, you guys in the car.
In the car.
Jimmy, Angel, dusted. No idea.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God, they're dead. Wait, we gotta get Laura to the hospital, but oh my God. Jimmy and Angel are dust? Told them.
Okay.
Told them.
Okay.
Uh,
Let's
by the
think
way,
about this rationally.
I just want to point out that Brody is absolutely in the back seat.
Yeah, fair.
And Laura is in the front seat with it leaned way back over his legs.
Okay.
Yeah.
You make your way across town. Brody, what's up?
Do we want to bring Laura? Is it Laura or Lauren?
Lord.
Laura. Yeah.
Laura.
We
Okay.
were out for a hike. We were having one of those after dinner walks.
I would say
Right,
even
yeah.
as you guys are talking now, like you see that she is moving a little, like dreaming almost, and
Yeah, but
very
gonna ask
slowly starts to like
questions.
sit up a little.
Okay, I don't really care about the questions. We didn't do anything wrong. If they
Yeah.
want to talk to us, they want to ask the questions. They talk to my dad's lawyers. I don't give a shit, man. We got to go save this girl's life and get her to the hospital.
okay.
I just like
Okay.
crank the heater.
Listen. You talk to the cops. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I'll
It's
get
on
my
you,
dad
buddy.
to do it.
Okay.
So you guys driving across town, What are Jimmy and Angel doing as you just walk out into the daylight?
Yeah.
Seemingly stone gargoyle over your shoulder.
I guess, are we just walking back to your place then? Like
I don't
how far?
know.
If I wanted to walk to my car, how far is that walk?
Funny, it's like a 20-minute drive out of town.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
okay,
hefty walk.
that's what I want to. Okay, do we want
But
to just head back towards your house?
I think even as you're thinking that thought, like thoughts going back to the car, looking down the long roads to it, you see Ransom's probe full bore driving down the road.
It's one of those like,
yeah.
they're
They're not-
alive! How are they here? What the?
Okay, but there's no room in the car. Just go find their way.
Driving. Oh my god, my head hurts.
you
My shoulder hurts,
you
and my
see
shin
Ransom
hurts.
drive by with Laura in the front seat, I guess.
Why didn't he stop?
I don't know, man. Fuck.
Well, at least he's seen us. I guess we just go back.
Go back to
My
your
place.
place. Yeah, and
They'll
we'll go
show
from
up
there.
eventually.
Hope so. Fuck. Oh, my car.
You make your way back to Angel's walking, Ransom full speed to the hospital. You see familiar faces, I guess, breaking out into the sun. You see that the lights inside are kind of like flickering off and on, kind of crazy, and you can see it's like a whole frenetic situation. People are like almost not even paying attention to you as you drive up, and you've got Laura in tow. What are you doing?
I'm trying to like hide my face with my jacket. Like I was just here a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Do we what was the girl's last name? Laura
Morgan.
Morgan?
Yeah.
Just like walk in, like I'm doing my best to carry her. Just like, look, ow, it hurts. Laura Morgan, missing girl, alive.
You have to explain the fucking
I
gunshot.
just kind of like, just faint.
I'm gonna sneak my way out of this situation.
Okay, you just get out of there.
Just sneak out of the back seat and fucking bolt.
Yeah, I rolled a 10.
Okay.
Not my fucking
Brody
problem.
just slips into the night. And the days pass. Jimmy and Angel eventually go back to the car, Ransom making his way, having passed out in the hospital. The four of you are together. There is festivities in the streets. You see that there is a big crowd gathering for New Year's, and there is just an incredible amount of hubbub as the giant digital clock hanging suddenly above Town Hall is being brought down, and you see the same man from the House of Mirrors and the person who is instructing people to bring the servers into town angrily yelling at someone in the distance, seemingly disappointed as this thing is wheeled down. And over the days, there have been escalating glitches and flickers and things, and the testing of this clock never worked. The clocks, no matter what they did, always ticked backwards. And Angel, your own computer, that slight visuals of blue and red is never quite faded away. And the game, seemingly, every time you boot it up, just turns off again. Ransom, you brought Laura Morgan to the hospital and eventually awakened and treated for a gunshot wound. What did you say when two beat cops were there when you awokened?
Those coyotes, man.
What's that?
We got. What? Hi.
Yeah, sorry, you brought the body of Laura Morgan, the missing girl. She was bitten by an
Body.
animal or something.
Buddy, she's alive, right?
Just trying to catch you up. You're lucky. Yes, she's alive. She's A-okay. Everyone is pretty elated. That doesn't put you entirely in the clear, though. So what did you say?
I'm sorry, what were you asking?
How'd you find her? Where was she?
Out near the water place. Wow, what are these drugs?
The lake?
Yeah.
Found her in the lake.
Yeah. Not in the lake, in the woods. I can't talk to you. My dad will be mad.
I have a lawyer.
Are you looking to use the family name?
Yeah, just like talk to Dad.
Okay,
That's all
make
that
that
is.
roll for me.
Oh my god, I can't wait for this to be my like Snake Eyes roll. Oh, it's 10. Woo!
Woo. As soon as you say that, looking over at your cart and things, the medical labels seeing Brindlewood, they eye each other and go white. And you see them stand up and turn off radios. Okay, well, you know what? You did a good thing, and that's good enough. You know what? That's good enough sometimes. You said guys with hoodies. We'll take that. We'll roll with that. That sounds great. He looks at the other one who just nods. And like, okay, have a great day.
Happy New Year, Ossifers.
Yep. Happy New Year's, Ransom. Okay. And one taps the other, and they just get the heck out of there. Over the passing days, you occasionally see dark cars parked outside of your apartment, eerily similar to a sedan in the fishing lakes, but no one ever makes full contact with you. As Jimmy, Angel, Brody, and Ransom are together, seeing the festivities as night falls. Jimmy, a slight thrumming in your pocket and a gargoyle out there somewhere.
There's the gargoyle is either in my car at all times or
He's
in my
always in
room
the
at all
car now.
times. Yeah. In the car as much as possible, for sure. Yeah.
Angel, you haven't eaten in days.
Mm-hmm.
And you haven't wanted food in days. Have you done anything up until this moment?
I've reached out to Madison again to give her an update on what's happened and to tell her that I think something's happening to me.
She almost knowingly understands, and she's sorry. More than anything, she hates that this is happening to you too. And she asks if it happened to any of your friends or just yourself.
I think just me.
And she offers for you to travel out of town for a little while, disappear for a little bit, find somewhere else to be, away from that hum, which even still is there and present in your mind.
Yeah, I agree to meet up with her come the new year.
In the following days, as you're sorting things out, Ransom, you're approached by Laura, and she says, I heard you brought me out of the forest or the woods or something. Or the lake? I don't fully understand, but
It's a blur, Laura, honestly. How are you doing?
and tonight on New Year's, she joins you in the crowd and looks to you and says, I'm not feeling so good, Ransom. Things have been feeling pretty bad. I don't know if I came back right.
You know, I might know a thing or two about that. Why don't we get out of here, get out of the crowd, and go grab a coffee?
Before midnight even happens, Ransom makes his way towards the Drip, once a place of similar dark emotions, as Madison and Simon had their falling out, and Angel read a poem in these same rooms calling Simon out. But you talk with Laura and explain some things about the nature of what she might expect. And maybe that she's not alone.
Mm-hmm.
Over the days following New Year's and the celebrations, Angel moves his way out of town, packs up his things, maybe not permanently, still got his place if he needs it, but heads out to locations undisclosed. And Brody, everything finally feels normal. especially because there's almost no evidence that anything strange really happened. Slight news of an earthquake, no big deal. Your scars are healing fine-ish. You'll have them probably forever. But alive, and every time you think back to that police radio and the stack of photos you have, you look at them and they are black, empty photo frames with nothing inside. And you feel like maybe this is a little bit over. But in the nights that follow, you still get that feeling up your neck as you tune through the radio. And you swear every once in a while you still hear whispers. And Jimmy, you start to just make things happen for yourself. You've got Henry, and everywhere you and Henry go, things work out pretty good. You get promoted at the radio station. You start overseeing things there. Someone actually listened to your demo and didn't hate it, and they said, you know, you put out 10 or 11 more of these, and you got yourself an album, and we'll consider, you know, at the very least, you can give us a couple in the demo, you know, if you want. And every time you put pencil to paper, sometimes it's a little difficult, but then you just get that glittering feeling and that warm sensation of inspiration. It doesn't always come from within or from the mind or from the heart. It always comes from your pocket.
Always?
Almost always.
Ah, shit. All right.
I've got one last thing for Ransom.
Yeah.
With Angel gone, Ransom finds the extra key underneath the doormat there, and he keeps a watch over the place, and kind of moves in.
Nice. A little home away from home.
Little home away from home for
Yeah.
the days he's got work at the Shawshank projection.
Yeah, I imagine with the way Angel is about his place, it's an agreement that you're gonna keep it his, but keep it safe.
Yeah, I don't have anything that I own. Just me and the probe.
Anyone else got a last thing that they see themselves doing?
I would say that Jimmy would absolutely write an album, and the front of the album would be like the cover would be like a gargoyle, and the album would be called For Henry.
Okay. And it does pretty well.
Take it.
At one point in the weeks that follow you creating this album, you get you bump into someone in the street, wax mustache. I've been looking for you. For Jimmy, right?
Hey man, yeah.
I saw your album there. For Henry, was it?
Yeah, that's it's my latest work. Thanks, man.
It's got some pretty good art on it. You know, I've got a matching one if you want it.
What do you mean?
Your little buddy on the front there. Just a couple $100.
Huh?
A couple of $100. I got your gargoyle. I got one.
Oh no, it's okay, man. It's nah, it's okay. Thank you though. I appreciate that. That's
You sure? Because I'd really love to not have it.
Well, I don't want to. I'll take it off your hands if you want, but like I can't. You know, a couple $100. That's a lot. You know, I deliver
$80. It's yours.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, man. All right. You know what? Could be a buddy for the gargoyle. Sure. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. All right. I'll just come pick it up anytime. You know, in the shop.
How heavy is that one?
Oh, like 30 pounds tops. It's not too bad.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll clear out room in my car and I'll come grab it.
Awesome. That sounds great. And you see he skips away almost like making a good sale or some sort of elation, and you pick it up in the days that follow, put it next to Henry, and these things look pretty similar, like eerily similar at times. This one's, its wingtips are broken off, and one of the teeth, one of the main fangs has been broken off, maybe because it looks so weathered and aged. And every time you put them kind of close to each other, you swear the thing in your pocket just picks up a little bit more, just a little bit. It still feels good. And is there anything else as we have a conclusion to Snowcatch Valley's fall of '99 and the Y2K that almost came to be.
But we didn't let it.
I think as we pan out, you still see, despite no worldly collapse, you see the club often on street corners saying, but the government covered it up. The government covered it up. And you see them talking about earthquakes and glitches in the system and something's wrong. But for you guys, things kind of feel all right. And with that, I think that's the end. That's the end of the season of
All
Snowcatch,
right.
the end of the year '99, and
It was fun.
Hell yeah, dude.
nobody died. That's pretty
Shocking. I was so
Kinda
close.
did.
true. There are some undeaths that have happened. But
Yeah. I was at 2 out of 7 health at that last bit.
yeah.
Jimmy always
Um,
still wants to eat pizza, right? I meant to ask that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
You feel fine. Everyone feels
Good
pretty
stuff.
fine. You know, Angel's a little different and Laura's a little different, and we'll see maybe how those end up one day. But now that's it. We're the casual ones. This has been Snowcatch, and I hope you like it, everybody. We stream Tuesdays and Thursdays, so catch us when you can. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Bye
Have fun,
bye.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Good night.
Bye bye.